My gosh. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna lie, guys. It's been a while. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing here, y'all? We looking fresh. Everybody looking nice. We got the Oh guys, it's been a minute. Give it a mic. Give it a mic. All right, cool. Let's
Mic
get
is
this shit
yours.
going. Let's get this shit on the road. Oh my gosh, how you guys been? I know you missed me. I wasn't here last week. I was not. I was in a hyperbolic time chamber. Swear to God, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in that bitch trying to get my power level up. I ain't gonna lie. I was in there screaming, yelling, ripping dimensions up in half like Marty Boo, but it's all good. Hey, Glow. Yeah, Glow. Smacking rat bitches
By,
up in the
by
shelter.
the way,
Hey,
real
Glow.
quick, I will say this: I can hear the echo of our podcast through somebody's speaker. So
Okay,
somebody
is
needs
it
to turn
me?
something down. I don't know which one it's coming from.
I'm gonna mute me and see if it's me.
Probably.
Okay.
But anyway, because we never have those issues. But
Okay,
anyway,
good.
continue,
Okay.
sir.
Oh, continue. Oh, okay, cool. All right, let me get that back. And the mic been snatched from me again.
Give me that mic,
Again!
fool. You don't
He
want to borrow
snatched
that?
the mic. Oh my God, share, bro. Share. Goddamn.
Remember
Come to his
LL
face,
Cool J
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, the man who put the podcast here together himself. I mean, my man been out here at AMC theaters. I mean, my man been out here at pre-shows. This man been coming out here in the Mortal Kombat looking nice as fine in the Scorpion outfit. You know, he had to pop out and show him. This man had to go around, make views, making hits. And not only that, you seen this man on a Michael Jackson Theater fan page, only to see this man shine even more. You've seen so much of this action pack, of the smooth criminal, the one and only, the star of all platinums, of diamonds, of diamonds, of diamonds, the one they call him the king of pop himself, Mr. King Drell, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, Billy Jean off the
Oh my God,
wall.
it's King Drell.
Whoa, whoa. This man coming out here looking like he's shining, boy. I ain't gonna lie, he looking good. But y'all already know we got this next one, right? Y'all
Right.
already know he got his next one coming out here, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this shit is crazy, bro. Because this man is one. This man been like chilling in culling games. You feel me? Like I don't know who he was. I don't know if he's Yuta. You feel me? I don't know if he's Yuji Ichidori. I don't know. He claims to be Gojo. Hell, he might be Sukuna. I don't know who he claim on the set. Because to be honest with you, the man has too many sets to claim. I'm trying to figure it out. The man is up. The man walk around with Maki. I'm still trying to figure it out, fool. I swear to God. I don't know who he's with. But what I know is he likes to eat food when you know he has the oxtails. What I do know is when it's that time in the season to turn up when it comes with the bottle of pop, he will make shit smoke. All I know is this man just be walking around with the crown and everybody should be looking at him like, is he the king of New York? And now you ask me, I say yes. Give it up for my brother, the one with the Jamaican king himself, the one, the Don, the pop of Godfathers himself, Mrs. Jasirii. You already know. Look at the vibes. You already know the vibes. But look, the
What?
reason it is a reason I didn't introduce myself, right? Because y'all already know me. Y'all already know me, bro. Like it's just me. Like I'm just wearing a gin and juice shirt. I don't care about me right now because I never cared at this moment. Because it's always about a guest, right? Because this is not only just a guest. This is a family member. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This is a family member that's coming on this platform. You feel what I'm saying? I remember that we had a huge dispute conversation. I said change my mind when I said Attack on Titan, and he wasn't afraid to step on the plate. I'm talking
We'll
about,
get
look,
to that.
I'm talking about, I went to a con with this man. This man said, "VoQualz, you think I can smack this damn ball up here?" Pause. And what I mean by that is, hi, cool with the volleyball. And this man took off his shoes, literally, and literally tried to jump so high like MJ. But he was so close. But then over time, I see this man been working on his body and physique. Pause again. I mean, this man is about mental health. This man comes out like he is the fashion killer himself. He reminds me of Brett Fayez when I looked at him. I'm like, this man hella cool. And not only that, when it comes to how he feels about life and tips of how to become a great platform of an Instagrammer, not only there's a content creation himself, he would sit down and let you know about all those camera angles. And not only that, I see this man walking around as a Bleach captain right now. Swear to God, this man is acting like one of the court guards. And not only just the court guards, one of the strongest of them all. So give it up to people to see the pros of cons. My one, the Don, the Pop, with all of the Zen Pop told himself, one of the people who will body any hollow that walks in his way, the one and only himself, Bro Cosmo.
Yo, that's
bodies.
that's
What we doing? How we feeling today? What's popping?
bro, that's insane. That's a real skill you got there. I'm not gonna lie. To be able to put all those words into an intro and like that's crazy. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I had to snatch something. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, he snatched. He gave it back to me. Then I had to take over.
That's okay.
How we feeling though, boys? We looking good. How we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be here with the bros, man. Y'all already know what it is. We don't need to say too much. It's always good being around y'all. Always a pleasure. We family, like you said, man. I'm just excited to be here with y'all.
Well, that's good, man. Because like I said, look, it was always never a matter of if. It was always a matter of when we were going to have you on the podcast. We had to make sure the time is right. We got a lot of things that we need to establish, and I always want to make sure that we are in good spots before we start having certain people come on the podcast. And I think we're in a very good situation right now. And I know that there's some.
Siri, are we already starting your segment right now, bro?
I ain't eating nothing all day, bro.
So you know what? It sounds like that we're starting a little early. So if you are ready, it is, ladies and gentlemen, early in the podcast. Time for What is Jasirii Eating?
Well, today, folks, listen, just like Ichidori, we got pure Jamaican hands on the plate, all right? First off, we have the jerk chili salmon. Oh my goodness, look how delicious it looks. Just looking like a red bone on the beach. Oh my gosh. And we got fried shrimp over here. You know what I mean? We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. 6, 7. Haha, yeah. And we have rice and peas with oxtail gravy. Listen, it had to be in there. And we had to get down. Kind of like Maki. But we got back up. Just like Maki. Oh my goodness gracious. And on that note, we're going to glaze this food like it's never been glazed before. Because look how delicate she looks. Just so scrumptious. And this is today on What is Jasirii Eating? Yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
What was that last thing you said?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Oh yeah, we gotta put that button. That's the next button that needs to be on your new soundboard. We gotta put that on there. That's definitely on there.
Ladies and
we gotta
gentlemen,
put that on the soundboard.
that is What is Jasirii Eating. So, and it's funny because I was just about to roll to him to ask him how he is doing tonight. So I guess he can go ahead and answer that real quick. As long, I know his mouth's a little full right now, but you know, get the oxtail out and let us know how you doing, King.
Oh man, right now I'm doing good. I'm sitting down with the bros after a hectic day. Got my oxtail rice and peas with some salmon and fish. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling pretty good over here. You know.
Yes, you are definitely a superhero. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to pull a side timer for One Punch Man real quick. It was just, he was just trying to get the fly all day. That's how I was with the gnat. So I finally had to get one real quick. I'm sorry. Continue.
No. You're real good because we try we try to keep these things short these days this season, so we're going to go ahead and keep some things rolling. Now, notice you mentioned a lot of things in your intro there, sir, about our brother Cosmos, but there was one thing that he is really good at that you happen to leave out. But that's okay, because where you have it down, I can pick it back up. So before I move on, Cosmos, you do have us pulled up where you can see the actual podcast on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I do. I have it.
Okay, because there was one thing that he didn't really mention out of all the things is that somebody has these outfits. And when I say when it comes to outfits, Cosmos, I don't know if there's too many people out there better than Cosmos. So normally it's
I
a
said he was a
cosplay
fashion
thing.
killer. Wait a minute, I said he was a fashion killer. Hold on, I did say that. Hold on. I did say he was a fashion killer.
A
That's
fashion
where the ASAP
killer.
Rocky came from.
But we got to go deeper. Like I said, killer ain't a big enough word. We might have to invent one. That's what I'm saying about this guy that we have right here.
Oh,
So
you do that. Okay.
normally it's a cosplay thing. But today, when we have a killer, like he said, it is different. So we are doing a fashion showcase, aka he's got that shit on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So he's probably going to be, fun fact, as we have the first one up here, he is probably going to be the first person that we've had on here where every picture is going to be head to toe, because you can't leave anything out when it comes to his outfits.
Not only that, we can actually show them because boy.
Man, we love our friends.
we love our female guests, man. Shout out to y'all. But some of them pictures be like, okay, come on now. Like, come on, dude.
I'm not. Look, see, I know you said women, but you know we also got those J Rose in there too. Shout out J Rose. You know he be making the women faint. You know he's got that. You know he's got that conqueror's hockey. So you know sometimes he has to relax too.
I know he's trying to do the dance. He's trying to get a head start with the dance already. That went viral. That pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. Already. I'm like, put that shit up, bro. Hey, put that shit up. I ain't gonna lie. The hater inside of me came out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely hated for 5 seconds. So put that shit up. Nah. And then I messaged him and said that was a cool video.
Shout out to our brother J Rose. Can't wait to see you in a few weeks, bro. But in the meantime, we have Cosmos, and I want you to tell us about this outfit. And where'd you get that jacket, bro?
Come on, Mr. Captain, head captain. Come on.
I'm weak. I appreciate y'all. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. I'm just taking this all in. There's a lot of people who dress way better than me. I'm gonna just start with that. But the jacket specifically, I got it from Linani, same place I got this from. Linani is actually a women's fashion brand, but men can wear a lot of their stuff as well. It's a tough jacket, super tough jacket. It's a spin on like a kimono puffer kind of vibe, and it's incredibly warm. It's just an elite jacket, and it's Bleach inspired. Like, bro, for a nerd, this is like perfect. Like, it's legit perfect. Everything you want in like functionality and fashion.
Okay, I hear you. Like I said, head to toe though. Don't think I haven't peeped the shoes. Like, man, what inspired you to throw this fit together? Did you have any big inspiration, or are you just such a fashion god that you just roll out of bed, pull something out of your closet, and this is what we get?
Nah, to be honest, I wanted to wear So okay, one of my favorite. This is where I started being like a little nerd about things. I love like woodland tone colors and stuff like that. So like fall colors, I love a lot, right? But one of the things that I've been doing over the course of the last year, because I'm going to Japan in November, is like I'm not trying to get humbled in Japan. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not trying to go to Japan and get humbled with my fits. So this whole year I've just been spending like trying to like mix match my fits and like try to get the best out of my fit. So with this one, I was thinking I really wanted to wear the New York hoodie because I wanted a New York hoodie for just bare time. And I finally got it, but I needed something else to make it stand out because it was just like too chill. Like it felt like a tree, and the tree needed something to make it like pop. And what better to make it pop than like the cherry blossoms? That cherry blossom feel from the jacket. So that's what I was kind of thinking of, like a tree blooming, blossoming. So that's what kind of inspired the fit. But I also wanted it to look a little like tough, so I wore my No Mercy jeans with it.
Gotcha, and that is tough. And speaking of a beautiful cherry blossom, we got Nadia in the chat right now. What's going good, lady?
You said cherry blossom. Wait a minute. We Japan trees right now?
I said what I said.
Ooh, cherry blossom. You know, those are rare to see around this time, okay?
And I said what I said. Again, shout out Nadia in the
I'm
chat.
backing up. Hey, I ain't disrespected. Hey, hold on. Wait. My hands are up.
Nah. But like I said, like these. See, I'm trying to get my shoe game up because, you know, it's like I got a few pair of sneaks. You know, I had some. One of my pairs is at somebody else's house right now, but, you know, I'm going to continue getting my collection up. But speaking of this, we got to keep going because the fashion just keeps going and going and going. And it's accessories and all kind of stuff. Again, we can only go head to toe here. The man's got the chopper bag holding right there. And you know what? I'm not even going to describe what I see because I'm going to let that man do that. Describe this fit for me, sir.
Okay, so I was tasked with like putting something together, but simultaneously, okay, so it's gonna start off like this. I did a fit before this where I did a RGB fit, I believe. Or yeah, red green blue fit. I did a red green blue fit when I went to Smorgasbord. And then I was like, I have a degree in graphic design and graphic communication, so like I'm a nerd when it comes to like that level of art stuff. So I wanted to infuse that in my fits. So I did something with RGB and I was like, why not? I said to myself, I want to challenge myself for my birthday to do something CMYK because I don't really like doing a lot of color. And this would be something stepping out of my comfort zone for real. Like I said, I really like woodland colors and like those muted tones. So this was like, I needed a reason. And my reason was the nerdy side of graphic design for me. I like connecting things together to make it make sense for me. So I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and then I was hit up by Lenani and was like, "Yo, can you model this bag?" And I was like, "Yo." After that, it kind of just set it off. I was like, "Okay, I can model this bag, and I need a base that feels like Japan because the whole point of everything I'm doing is trying to get ready for Japan." So I found these big flowy pants, and I was like, "Okay, cool. Now I just need." And that's the K. The K is the black. That's what it's for in the CMYK. So I have the cyan, magenta, yellow, black. I have the magenta in the bag, the black in the pants, and now I'm like, I gotta figure out something with the shirt. And I was like, wait, I always like that like heritage look of like polo, or like Wolf of Wall Street type vibe where they wear like the blue pinstripe shirt. And blue goes really well with yellow, but I couldn't figure out what I was gonna do with yellow. Originally, I was gonna do something like with a hat or something, but I'm not really a hat person. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a custom top. So I went down to like the fabric places in Manhattan and found like this like crocodile kind of fabric, and then like went to my. So I don't know about anybody else, but in New York there's a bunch of tailors and there's a bunch of like African side shop tailors, and they don't only tailor. They will make something for you if you pay them. Me and Jasirii got full cosplays made by them before, so I went back there and was like, "Yo, can you turn this into a tie?" He was like, "You got a tie?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Bet." And I paid him a little extra because bro be mad late. And then me and Jasirii was hanging out one time, and we just happened to go into a mall that had like two sales. I literally got like 3 pairs of sneakers for like $40. I got these sneakers, these Converses right here. I went to a Puma outlet, got Pumas and something else. That was just luck, and it was black, so it matched with it kind of blended in with the bottom portion for a foundational look, and then everything else was just built from there. And that's kind of how the fit came together for real. And I'm just happy it came together. This is actually probably one of my favorite fits that I've ever put on in my life.
You heard that one.
Question: Is that an Ozzy bag?
Yeah, it's the Lenani X Ozzy the Virus. They do a lot of collabs. They also got handbags, a handbag collab for women as well. Well, all of this is for women, but all of these are women pieces. Yeah, sorry.
Is that bag somewhere in the background, or has Jenna robbed you by now?
Me, nah. Nobody could ever rob me. I'm not gonna lie. Like My crib is a fortress, but it is around that corner. It is around that corner.
I was just making sure, anything chopper related, you have to get it out the way. Shout out Jenna, by the way. My nephew's
You
wearing a
have
Jimmy
all of
Choo
them
shirt
glow?
right now.
Damn, glow. Damn,
Glow
what your
got it.
paycheck look like each 2 weeks?
Yeah, glow.
Hey,
Glow got it.
all right. Stop playing. Okay, stop playing with me.
Now Glow said she got it, but you want to know who else got it? We also got more poses, more everything, different
Yeah.
shoes. Just look, man, it ain't even just the outfits, guys. It's also the poses. You could tell, like this man's a model for real out here. Making people like me look bad. I can tell you that much. But
Nah.
man, look, talk to me about your photo outings. Like, do you be about the outfit as well? But do you just be self shooting yourself, or do you have a team with you when you do these things?
No,
This gives new generation samurai shampoo.
I'm weak. I'm glad it does because that's how I kind of felt. That's kind of how I felt. Like I always every way that I like the most confident I feel in my photos is when I could feel like some type of black version of an anime character. So if I don't feel like that, I'm usually kind of look a little awkward. But I take all the photos myself. Um, I set it up on like a tripod or that like magnetic thing that I have, and I'll just like look at where I want to go, and then I'll like find a leaf or some mark on the floor that tells me where I could be, if I want to be in the middle, on the side, or wherever I want to be, and then I'll try to stand directly on that and make micro adjustments as I go along if something's not right. Fun fact before I continue, because I know it probably sounds like, oh, I just know what I'm doing. Well, not that I know I'm doing. I just could do this and just keep on going. I have the most anxiety when it comes to going out and doing this myself. Like every time I go outside, I'm looking at people's windows, hoping that nobody's sitting at their window looking at me doing these things. I'm always thinking like, what
Hey,
if somebody
hey,
drives by and
hey,
like,
join the club, bro. Hey,
what if somebody
it's
drives?
okay. I'll be the same way. I hate it when I don't mind people looking, but it definitely just I just don't like when people just like, what is he doing down there? Like,
Nah, yeah. So
oh,
like
everybody's recording.
to the point where I was shooting one day with my mom, and my mom was like, "Yo, why you acting like this?" I was like, "You don't get scared like thinking about what other people." She was like, "No." And then she was like, "You do?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I don't know how you, my mom. We complete opposites, bro. I'm not gonna hold you."
By the way, what's good, Lazy?
Did I freeze? I probably froze. Let me know if I froze.
You did, but
Yeah.
we can still hear you.
Okay, that's probably because my camera's probably. I'll fix it in a second. But overall, the outfit was really just me going back to like kind of like trying to find a way to upscale the basics of what I usually wear. Like I would usually wear a jean jacket and like some sweatpants and like some Nikes. Those Nikes I actually had since I was in like college or high school. One of them. I keep things for a very long time, for the most part. And I was just trying to figure out how I can blend like the shirt is baggy, so I wanted to like I've done the baggy small look on top, bottom, whatever, and vice versa. So trying to figure out how I could blend baggy and still make it look good. I also wanted it to feel more like, even though I'm going to Japan, I wanted to give like a more like anime pose, but like a London feel of a look. So that was also kind of like what my goal was with this outfit.
Okay, see, he says when he goes to Japan, he wants to be able to compete because if you've seen people in Japan, yeah, that fashion be on top of that. Yeah, a webcam
You talking about
utility.
future
Yeah, I'm still
generation.
here. I'm still here. I'm just trying to reset my camera. Should come back on. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
there
Cool.
he is. There he is. He is
KB
back.
said you did. You did.
Appreciate you.
And he is back just in time to get into the final look that we have for this fashion showcase, where he's being a whole model for real. Like, Car Magazine is probably gonna hit him up after this one. So I'm gonna need you to talk to me about this fit.
Yeah. Bro, that jacket goes crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who I'm feeling like in this. I don't know who I'm feeling like. This is this. I ain't gonna lie. The one on my birthday was my favorite like fit, This might be the most aura I've ever had in a photo. I don't know how I did this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so scared taking this. I took it and ran away. I literally took like probably 2 photos and dipped.
And this is what you got?
Bro. Okay, little backstory. So me and my bro in college, we used to go to the same college, obviously. And for some reason, every semester our classes lined up where we would have like 2 hours of like no classes at the same time. And we both like photography. So we used to just go out and take random photos of each other. And during the course of that time, like we just learned how to, one, take photos, and two, be in front of the camera. It doesn't mean the anxiety ever went away, but we just learned how to pose. And if we can pose long enough to get the photo, then great. We had this mantra. It was like, do anything to get the photo. Like you die for the photo. Like you got to get in that shit. You got to get on the ground. You got to get in. You got to do what you got to do to catch that photo. And then we both got into like the fashion club, and I became the president of the fashion club. And like we put on a fashion show and a bunch of other stuff. So there is like some background for this, but like as an adult, yeah, I still get mad nervous, still get mad shook, and I do run away like Chopper.
Like I said, you're not alone with that. Like, as it's hard for me when I'm with people, it's fine. But when I'm out there in public doing content alone, like I'm always just looking around, like, all right, who's here? I try to find the lowest traffic place I can, and then because I'm always all over town. People know what I do for a living, so I know the places where next to nobody goes. So I'll go set up there. And whenever I do that, everybody decides that's the day that they're going to actually decide to start going to that area. And I'm like, okay, these people are not normally here. Like, what is happening? And
I was never here.
but once you're there, at that point, that's what we are. Glow said, yes, fashion is tea in Japan. And look, Cosmos is going to fit right in. So
I'm trying. I'm definitely hiring a photographer or two while I'm out there.
oh, while you're out there, I figured you maybe be taking one with you.
No, I don't got.
Wait, that's way, that's bread. You trying to bring someone you're with you?
I don't know how. I don't know if Cosmos got it like that or not. But look,
no, I don't. I'll tell you right now, I don't. I'll tell you right now, I don't.
Nah, that's okay. But I know. Is it gonna be your first time in Japan?
Yeah, I'm going for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna be able to explore everything that Japan has to offer. Okay.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited. I'm trying to go get a tattoo, get some grills, get some more clothes, do a photo shoot out there. And to be quite honest, the only other thing I want to do is like a samurai class. Everything else is I'm just
Kay said this dude rich
as Cat. I have no bread.
Hey, yo, what?
Hey,
you heard it here first.
Pocket watching?
You heard it. You heard it here first.
I have no bread. I actually have no bread.
Oh my God, she said, "Nah, I seen you work. Nah, I've been watching shit in your Cash App. Like, wait a minute,
I ain't got no bread. I do it for the love of the game, man. I do this for the love of the game.
Well, you know what? Keep doing it for the love of the game, and I know you're gonna have a lot of fun in Japan. I know. I want to go one of these days, but that'll be down the line. Just like your trip to Japan will be down the line, but we can worry about down the line some other time. Because right now we got to focus on the past week, and we of course have the segment on here that we have is the week it was. That we have a lot that we need to cover that has happened. A lot's happened in the past week, guys.
So, a lot has happened, but before we go there, shout out to Kiki, the big motherfucking Tom. Big son's walking in here looking great. It is her day, looking mighty special. Shout out to Kiki. Tell me what you know about power, the superpower. What you mean? The feeling's powerful. What you talking about? Shout out sus now.
Yes. You can't get into a week that was without a day that is. And today, speaking of fashion, is our very own sus Kiki's birthday. And if she is somewhere sober enough to maybe see this anytime in the next 72 hours, we definitely want to say happy birthday, Kiki. And once you're done recovering, just know that we love you.
Absolutely. It's your day, girl. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. All right, let me relax.
And if nothing else, Christine, just let her know everything we said, just in case, just putting that out there. But now, guys, the past week, it's almost like one of these things where it's like, where do I even want to start? I guess I'll just start in the same general spot. Does anybody have anything in the past week that is significant to them that they would like to share before we get to the docket?
I mean, besides me like being excited for Devil May Cry coming up, and we got another sneak peek scene. I'm over here excited for Devil May Cry 2, even though I got mixed fucking feelings about season 1, but season 2, you feel me? We looking good. You feel what I'm saying? I'm over here, Oh, I can say this. I can't. Well, as soon as I got out of the hyperbolic time chamber, I dropped God meetings. You feel me? For a couple of 2 days. You feel me? And a lot of y'all are definitely putting the pistol at me about Asura. I'm like, I don't know about the God, but apparently a lot of people are upset because I put Black Myth Wukong, and I know he's OP, but the fact that everybody is like mad at me because I'm not like defending Asura a lot more, it's blasphemous to me because I literally said a lot, but they don't like the way how I represented them. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this right here live. I am sorry, Asura fans, that I haven't got that much deep into details because I have 3 minutes I have to put in this video. The original video was legit 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay, I had to do what I could. So I'm sorry that I'm not glazing your boy like I would, but y'all glaze Black Myth Wukong because Goku and shit. Like, I'm sorry, like, on my dick, but I do better. Like, nah, y'all got look. The comments, the Asura stands are there. When you look at the comments, they are there.
And you know what? That's okay, because we know people love to stand certain people and certain things. We'll get into that. But in the meantime, so in the past couple of weeks, there's been a couple of things that have come out. A movie has dropped.
Absolutely,
And
both of you boys.
Or what I should say is a opening weekend, the biggest opening weekend for a biopic ever has happened. A movie that has already made over 200 million and counting, and a movie that they have already announced that a sequel is on the way. So yes, guys, I am talking about Michael, and I went to see Michael twice, and one of those times I got paid to be there. Still got stuff that's going to be coming out from that, so watch out on the social medias. And my non-spoiler review was already out. I will actually be recording my spoiler review once this podcast is over with, so that will be out pretty soon as well, so that I can give everybody my absolute, honest, and raw thoughts of that movie. Because, like I said, it has its problems, but it's Michael, man. It's just, how it is. The fact that there was actually a viral video out there of a girl passing out at the Michael movie. How is he gone and he's still making girls pass out?
Aura. Straight aura.
Conqueror's hockey. That's what that is. And nobody has stronger Conqueror's hockey than MJ.
So are you calling Michael Jackson the old, and I don't mean new, I mean old Joy Boy, the very first Joy Boy? Is that what you're basically telling me right now?
That's what I'm saying.
And the reason I'm saying that is there's a scene and there's literally a chapter, but it happened at Elabat at the end of the Eggplant, and he did something, literally came back from the dead and from a robot. It was like, what? So it's kind of like what he's telling me right now. that's what it's giving.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Nah, I'm not mad at it.
The man said he's the original Joy Boy. It's crazy. He's rich. Wait, what? Oh, that's Cosmo.
Yeah. No. We all know Mike has that Conqueror's hockey. We've seen it at his concerts. So, but I obviously, as a big MJ fan, I'm happy that it's getting success.
That's Supreme. No. hold on. Let me correct you real quick. Mike wasn't Conqueror. Supreme. He's the Supreme Conqueror hockey. Big
Yeah.
difference.
Okay. Yes.
Big
Yes.
difference.
Okay.
Big
Supreme
difference.
Conquerors hockey.
Supreme. If you're telling me that this man is passing people out from the dead, that's what Joy Boy did. He has Supreme Conqueror hockey. That's what that is. The dominance is just right there.
Okay, well, the dominance is right there. So I will personally say that, yeah, anybody that hasn't had a chance to see the Michael biopic, make sure you go see the Michael biopic. Like I said, a sequel. When it ended, I said, this looks like it's setting itself up for number 2. And like I said, it's been announced. So we definitely have that going on. Like I said, me personally, I went to go see the movie. The people at AMC, shout out AMC, the employees there saw me dressed up and they were like, hey, so we're doing a staff viewing on Friday in a couple of days after we close. We'd like to know if you would be willing to come here as Michael Jackson and sit in on the movie with us. I'm like, y'all asking me to come back and watch the movie again? And I'm assuming, yeah, it's for free. Like, and I ain't even answer yet. And he was like, man, we'll even be willing to pay you. I'm like, oh. So I'm actually making money to go see Michael again. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Cool. Absolutely.
You deserve it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you deserve it. You've been cooking. You've been cooking with your content even before the Michael Jackson John. Like, but the Michael Jackson John for this especially, nah, you deserve that, bro. More people should be hitting you up trying to get you in a theater for real.
They really should. And yes, I will say that about myself because this year has been pretty good. A lot of other announcements that will be coming out has been great as well. But I'm glad you said theater because another thing that happened in this past week, if anybody blinked, they would have missed it. I took an impromptu trip to New York.
Oh yeah.
I seen that. I was wondering. I'm gonna just say that. I was wondering a lot. I was wondering a lot. I was like, bro, in New York? Hold on. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York, and we can get Jasirii in on this a little bit because he had an experience there as well. I was contacted on behalf of Warner Brothers to say you have been invited to the premiere screening, the New York premiere screening of Mortal Kombat 2. And I'm like, well, and then they're like, yeah, by the way, it's in a few days. I'm like, in a few days, you say? Okay.
Few days, you say? Wow.
All right, let me see everything's looking like. Yeah, I can squeeze in an impromptu trip to New York, be up there with my Jamaican brother, which works out because I got a +1. Obviously, if I got a +1, my brother's coming with me, and it was an experience. But I think I've talked enough already in this segment. Jasirii, if you want anything you want to say about our experience at this premiere, take it away.
It was definitely fun, especially seeing like a couple of our friends there, a couple of mutuals, and then even new mutuals there that are just like just as big as fanboys as we are, talking about the how they compared it to the video game, and then even down to the drinks that they were giving out. They had special Mortal Kombat drinks that were versions, by the way, but still cool.
And they had the little light up ice cubes in them that was making everything light up. Like they were very colorful. I can say that.
Yeah, they also gave out the mini katana fans too.
Yes, I forgot to grab one of those though.
Word, OD, because we were just too happy having fun with the background, and then afterwards there were. Wait, can we even say that? Yeah, we can. There were interviews too.
Yes, there was definitely interviews as well, and I also conducted some interviews because I mean we're a podcast. Of course, we're going to conduct an interview while we're there. That's what we do. And I mean, we can go as far as to say I can just tell people right now, when this movie comes out, y'all need to go watch it. Right, it is definitely worth the watch. That movie is freaking amazing. And I can say that much. I just can't go into too much more detail than that because I actually signed a piece of paper that's got Warner Brothers logo on it, and I'm gonna make sure that they don't come for me until the embargo's been lifted. So I'll just leave it at that at the moment. But yes, I did record an interview for some non-spoiler reviews, and I did an interview with them for a spoiler review. All that stuff will be out when it's legally allowed to be out, but No, man, it's just another blessing. You know, just like they had invited me to New York Comic Con. Didn't think I was even going to be going to New York Comic Con last year. Then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, we're inviting you to come see the exclusive Mortal Kombat panel at New York Comic Con. Can you come to New York?" Yeah, I can come to New York. All right, so I went from like never been to New York to going to New York once a year. Now it seems like I'm in New York every other month.
Speaking of New York, aren't you gonna be in New York again?
Yes.
Am I making this up? I could have swore I seen something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe this beyond me. Maybe I'm just too in tune with the bros. But I could have swore I seen something about somebody being a creator at a con. I don't know. VoQualz, am I bugging?
Yeah. Now you ain't bugging, but to him, it ain't nothing new though. To be real, it
Oh,
ain't
he
nothing
like that.
new.
My bad, bro. My
Like,
bad, bro.
he,
I
he,
just
he he walks in every single
congratulations.
year,
You can tell him
everyone,
when
and
you
feeling
ready.
just feeling so honored. Like it's just, oh my gosh, I am a New York Comic Con. I'm just like, yeah, for the third time, right?
Third
Yeah.
year in a row. Yes. Third year in a row. I've been accepted as a content creator
This
for Anime
man,
NYC. Well, because I will say, because last year I was worried because that was the year that they went up on their requirements for applying, and I didn't meet all of the requirements. But I said, screw it, I'm gonna apply anyway. And because and that was like okay. And even though I didn't meet one, I think they just looked at the content. That's probably what made them do it. Is like he doesn't have quite as many TikTok followers as we wanted him to have, but we can't deny the numbers, I guess. And that was almost what it was the first time I got accepted to Anime NYC. And I've told this story on this podcast before, but the first time I applied, I did not nearly have enough Instagram followers. And this was, a couple of years ago. And I'm like, you know what? I know it takes a while before they actually start going through and reviewing your stuff. So I'm going to apply now and then do everything I can to get my numbers up before the deadline. And that was 2 years ago. When I applied, I had barely 2,000 Instagram followers. And the way I was able to parlay that into about over 15,000 by the time that they did their selection. So I kind of bet on myself, basically. I'm like, I'm going to apply now and try to get these numbers up before the deadline.
all right, Zach
Bro,
Efron.
cooked.
I see. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, bet on it. Bet
Bet on it, bet on it, bet
on
on it,
it.
bet on
Hey,
Yeah.
man, look, where's
Yeah.
my golf course? I need to see my reflection real quick.
I'm gonna make a change. Stop quick. Wow.
but no, I've been very, very, like I said, blessed this year. Like there's still some things, especially when I think I've even come on here, at least on my Insta stories, people know that just earlier this year I was pretty bummed out about getting rejected by a lot of brand deals that I've been applying for, and they just all been saying no, no, no. You just got to keep pushing. And it's like now, I'm getting paid to go see movies. Got to go to New York to go to my first premiere. New York premiere. Next stop, I want to go to one of them LA joints, and I just want to go to LA at some point. Period. I can say this because they didn't make me sign anything. Got hit up by USA Today. They want to use one of my Michael videos. So I don't know when that will be coming out, but that should be coming out here pretty soon. Probably in a post with a lot of other people. And like I said, that's going to be crazy to see. That's right up there with Disney contacting me last year. Which is still something that I still think about when I got contacted by the Mecca, because people know what kind of a Disney kid I am. But other than that, man, like, does anybody else have anything else in the past week that they want to talk about? Any accomplishments, any goals? You got anything going on, Cosmos?
I actually did get a big goal kind of like checked off. Um, I like it came out like yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday that I was able to model for a brand that has a license with an anime brand. So it like one of my goals was to like model or do something with like a bigger business, and for me that is because it's directly associated with what's that animation studio that they got the rights from Jujutsu Kaisen to like do a season 2 collection. So being able to do that was like a big goal for me. So
Now
that was
that's not
fun.
just a big goal. That's a big deal, bro. In fact, I'm gonna do a round of applause for that. I see
Appreciate
you
it,
out
bro.
there making moves, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. Like if I could encourage anybody to like just make the little the moves that you feel are like small moves, because the way this happened, I'm gonna try to make the story quick. Is I had a clothing line a long time ago, and last year I was thinking about bringing back my clothing line or bringing back a version of the clothing line, and I contacted somebody on social media that we are like mutuals, um, just to talk to them and their husband about like how they source clothing, and that was really it. So I hit them up. We had a meeting in like a cafe. Just talked about it. They gave me a bunch of gems. I took the notes. I sat on it for a while, and I just have the notes with me for whenever I'm ready to do what I want to do. And then a year later, they hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you want to model for this? We know we took a break, and you probably haven't seen us for a while, but we were doing that so we could get an official license." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So I say that to say to encourage you, like, do like when I say I do certain things for the love of the game will pour back into you. Just stop worrying about all of the like I'm not reaching this goal, I'm not reaching that goal. Do some things for the love of the game, and the game will treat you right.
And do some things for the love of the game and the game. You know what? I'm gonna type that one down because that's a quote right there. But you know what? When you're out there doing things for the love of the game, you're probably going to find Jasirii there because I swear you see Jasirii just at every establishment, every event, everything that's going on. Guys, when I say he's the king of New York, I'm saying he's the king of New York. Just go watch his content, guys. I'm telling you,
Huh?
being outside is not just a moniker. He's really outside.
I'm a house mouse.
Nah, being outside has a Jasirii bat signal next to it.
Bat signal? Yoshi,
Respectfully
you know what they
outside.
Look,
talking about?
that's how they invite him to their after these events they have going on now. They don't even just do anything online. They just put up the Jasirii signal in the sky, and it's just like he knows to show up.
What is it? A Jamaican flag?
Nah,
Yes,
it's his face. It's his face imprinted on the Jamaican flag.
yes.
Yo, I'm crying.
And they turn
Don't
around.
worry, I'm on the way.
And look, and then they turn around, and he is already there with his flag on his hip, a drink in his hand, and a girl on his arm, ready.
Oh God, be right there. I am here. Where's the bitches? Where's the bottle?
I'm a good noodle, I swear.
We are good.
Look, man, like
We
I
are
said,
good.
he be outside. We talked about it earlier. My nephew talked about it, how the people have been going crazy in his chats lately. He's been doing his thing. We talked about Cosmos. He's been doing his thing. I've been having blessings and blessings. This is what it's all about, guys. And I can honestly say that we're all doing better than Klay Thompson.
Skit coming out tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro. Nah, look. I just want to say, Clay, if you're watching this, thank you. Because now I have a shot. Thank you, Clay. Thank you.
Diabolical.
Look,
This is
man,
diabolical.
diabolical.
That is
Because we
wild.
talked about it. If we talk about big stories that's happened in the past week, it hadn't been the NBA playoffs, it hadn't been the NHL playoffs, it hadn't been baseball going on. No, it's Klay Thompson allegedly fumbling the bag. Well, I guess the bag is fumbled. The alleged thing is whether he actually did anything or not. Because here's the thing: why I said we'll get to this, and you know what? This is now the perfect time. When we talk about fans, there's fans and then there's stands. Look, I am a Megan Thee Stallion fan myself, but there's a lot of Megan Thee Stallion stands out there. And these are the people that are going to ride for her no matter what, for this woman that they've never met a day in their life. And that is what they're going to do. They're going to take every word as gospel. We've never even heard Klay Thompson's side of any of this. We just take what she says as gold, and that's just what it is. And you know why we take it as what it is? Because the women are going to treat Megan like one of their gods. So anything she says goes. We know we live in this man-hating culture right now. So any other opportunity to hate yet another man, they're going to be all over it. Meanwhile, the men are going to ride with it because that just makes Megan available again. And somewhere in their weird mind, they think they got a shot.
What you trying to say about Cosmo? Is that what you trying to say about Cosmo? Wait a minute, hold on. Is that what you said about? Wait a minute, hold on. Are you dissing Cosmo right now?
He's talking
Are you
about
disrespecting?
me.
Is he disrespecting?
Yay!
Is he disrespecting?
I just make the comments that I make and let the people who want to feel offended lay as they may.
I feel blessed. I don't feel offended.
That's
Meg, he's talking about me.
answer. That's a cop-out answer. That's a cop-out answer. That is a cop-out answer. That's so cop-out. Nah, he's podcasting. That's a cop. No, that's a cop-out answer.
Let's not further go, because I know y'all have seen this one so many times. A lot of these women getting on here saying, and some guys too, I didn't even know who Klay Thompson was until he got with Megan. So
I ain't gonna lie, to be real, I want to smack every fan that actually said that, because it's like that is so disrespectful in so many fucking ways to me, because this man actually is a legend and has done things that not a lot of basketball players can do. Even though he is a half splash brother, at the end of the day, he's still done things, and that kind of is like, wow, okay.
if you're
I'm not gonna
even
lie, I feel a
a
little disrespectful.
casual basketball fan in the past decade, you know the Golden State Warriors, you know the Splash Brothers. Everybody knows Steph Curry. Everybody knows they were a tandem. It wasn't just Steph Curry out there by themselves, and they know that. Batman had his Robin. Hell, you know, Shawn Michaels had his Marty Jannetty. Mermaid Man had his Barnacle Boy. Whatever you want to say, there was always two of them. And if you knew Steph Curry, you knew Klay Thompson. So to say that we didn't know, the man is going to the Hall of Fame when he ends his NBA career.
I know,
so
that's a fact. There's no way. You can't take
that
that
you don't know who he is.
4 rings.
I ain't gonna lie. If we knock him out of the Hall of Fame just because of a cheating allegation, because we really don't know, because it's just cheating allegations.
Because it isn't.
It'd be insane.
They don't take personal life into account for the Hall of Fame, and the NBA isn't just the NBA Hall of Fame; it's the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. So they're taking everything. No, the only thing waiting on Klay Thompson is for his career to end and be out the amount of time for him to go into the Hall of Fame, and then Klay Thompson is going to be in the Hall of Fame. He is one of the greatest shooters that has ever existed in NBA. In fact, while people are saying they didn't know who Klay Thompson was until he got with Megan, the reason Megan's with him is because he's Klay Thompson. Like, celebrities are not going to date no names.
I have thoughts.
I'll tell you exactly what it is, but I'm gonna let you go, Cosmo, because I feel like you got something you want to say. Go for it. What you got to say? I don't want you to lose your thought.
Nah, 2 things. One, is that Yoshi with a red brim in the background?
Yeah, you ain't noticed Yoshi been here the whole time. He said what up and everything. You ain't say what up to Yoshi?
Nah, bro.
Yo, they disrespecting your gangster, bro. I ain't gonna front. They disrespecting your gangster, bro.
That got me, bro. It's so funny. Okay, and then on topic. If you know me, I'm very big on devil's advocacy. I've been one for the sake of my own mental sanity. None of their lives really matter to any of us, and whether they're too famous or not, like, it doesn't matter. This is just good entertainment. 2, I do think there is a level of people who wouldn't know who Klay Thompson is, and the sentiment of disrespect is still inaccurate to just say, because they didn't say like nobody. They said nobody knew who Klay Thompson was in the sense of like nobody, like he's an actual nobody, and that's just wrong. Now if we're actually having an educated conversation, analytical conversation, like actual something that with some type of pause meat behind it, then there is probably I know it's crazy work. I'm losing my words, but there is some level to like truth of that. There's a lot of people who probably wouldn't know who Klay Thompson is. Klay Thompson is a niche, is sort of a niche person in the lineup of NBA players' popularity in its own. So like if I went down the line of a very most popular players, even in his own team's dominance of the decade, he would still be one of the latter names to be reckoned with because he played in the era of Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, the big threes. Like, and then he came in, and even Draymond Green might have had like a bigger name because he was never attached to the Splash Brother. He was attached to the crazy, stupid things he always did on the court. So in terms of that aspect, I can see if people were actually not just trying to disrespect the man and was like having an educated conversation to say, I can see a lot of people not know him.
I can see your side, but a lot of people were actually saying that because they were trying to disrespect him. Because
Yeah,
a lot of Megan stands that was just
I was gonna say,
saying
yeah, because
no
I'm
one
saying
knows
Megan
who
Thee
this
Stallion's
man was.
fans are
But
disrespectful.
even if you didn't know the name Klay Thompson, you knew the term Splash Brothers. You knew it was Steph Curry and somebody else. That's why I kept bringing up heroes and their sidekick. Because normally, even if the other one's less famous, you know who the sidekick is.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I like you. You don't just know Steph. You know Steph, and who's that other guy? Like, there's somebody
even
else
if
that
that's
you know.
the way you're saying it, like Steph and the other one that was shooting with him, like that's you still know him.
Yeah.
Now,
and I don't think this conversation should even be about popularity, to be quite honest, because I don't think to be honest, I don't think much about why they got into a relationship. But if I was to like critically think about it, I don't think they got into a relationship to be like, oh, you're more popular than me, let me do this. Like, she does nothing for his career. He was a boat dude who didn't want to be in the
and
public.
that wasn't what I meant when I said she was with him because he's
no,
Thompson.
not you. I've seen the discourse.
I meant like a lot of times it's because it's hard for celebrities to date regular people just because of the way those things change. Celebrities hang out with celebrities. Celebrities date celebrities. That's all I meant.
Yeah, definitely not you. I've seen the discourse and other people say like he only wanted her because it could boost his popularity. I'm like, bro, be sitting on the boat, not talking.
Bro, he built his name for a decade. He don't need that at all. When first of all, when they tried to, I don't think it was a real announcement because I feel like, I don't know, maybe people feel different, and I see other couples relationship do this to make this official to let them know that they're actually a couple. It just, I feel like the counter effect to that is because people like to bring this up a lot, which I can understand, but I see two sides of the field when it comes to people say this is a relationship, but at the same time, it just gives like I'm just making you super comfortable in the meantime, so we don't really know what the hell's going on because, like I said, we only see what's in the face until they put out information. And again, she the one that went to TMZ to bring out these acts to say about this. So this was a purposeful thing. At the end of the day, it still wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna go away. No, I'm still went straight for this. To me, about this whole situation, I just feel like when Meg look at Klay, this is just me. I just feel like Meg has dealt with different types of guys in the past. If you see her, the types of guys that she usually go for, and in this type of time, Klay Thompson is claimed as quote unquote the good boy, or quote unquote people trying to say a weirdo, trying to put him around like with Sierra and what's the name, the quarterback of the Seahawks at the
Russell
time.
Wilson.
Yeah, they like to throw the cornball roll. No, that's real. They like to throw these cornball, but Klay is not a cornball. The man is, to me, what I seen his life in the story and his background, what he does not give cornball vibes at all. He just give, I'm just a good guy in my own way. But again, we don't know about much in the background because again, she went up there and said it's an accusation. And I still waiting on the video and the proof of the evidence because if that shit is real, that shit is real. And when people like to claim they cheating, they like to throw videos and shit out. Like what's the internet? What's the Instagram couple that we literally love on for a long time until the husband, he was a cook, and then she was a fashion model. But after they put the evidence about what he was doing in the background, and he definitely cheated and all that stuff. It's like people like to bring out evidence and stuff like this, and I'm the type of guy of when we always see people like, oh, you're cheating, which is a lot of great statement. I'm just the type of person to just be like, okay, I would love to see this, just to see this. But again, I don't know. It could be peaceful, it could be public, non-public. This is just a weird situation to say. And for all you stands out there to debate, definitely to be like, I'm going to literally break up with my significant other
Because that's
just
been
because
happening.
just because no, because I'm gonna be a band with y'all because y'all sound weird as fuck to me by doing some shit like that. Like I've been seeing TikTok videos, Instagram videos, YouTube shorts. After this, bro, I legit seen a video of the girlfriend. It's not even skit, real life. Literally, like I am breaking up with you because of the Clay Thompson shit, and it baffled me, bro. It baffled me, and the fact of this is what we're doing now today. I'm not gonna lie, the misogynist is real. I'm saying it. The misogynist is real. The misogynist is real.
The fact that
It's
there
real.
really are people breaking up with their significant others just because of what some other couple y'all have never met did is wild to me. That's wild to me, number one. Number two, and like I said, I'm a fan of Meg. Like I said, there's a chance that Clay probably did do this. You know, like I said, he's not come out and defended. When it comes to that situation, she's saying he did it. Maybe he did. The only person that I truly feel bad for is Lexi Brown because nobody has come out and said that it was her. Fans just decided that they were going to decide that it was her.
Come on, you know how it is when somebody say they cheating. The internet likes to do deep research. Come on now, that's what they do.
He
That's
has
what they
come
do.
out and said it wasn't me.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that threw me for a loop because I don't normally pay attention to any of this stuff. And to be honest, if you looking at me, whoever's looking at me right now, go get a hobby, mind your business, do something good with your life. But Lexi Brown did not deserve that to just randomly be thrown out, just to be randomly thrown into a fire like that. I don't think anybody deserves to be randomly thrown into a fire. Like if somebody's gonna say something like that, then like show evidence. Don't just start saying people's name. To be honest, I feel like y'all should just handle this yourselves. Y'all are 3 grown people. Like,
but she did.
But she the one that went on the internet first.
She came out and
but
said
Megan's the one
it
who
wasn't me.
went there first.
I mean, and
I agree. They all 3 need to handle it themselves.
Megan never said it was her. The fans just started going through Clay's life and was like,
yeah, absolutely,
it must be her, and just decided it was her. Now, Lexi just put out a video that's saying that she's disappointed in Megan and Clay because she's out there saying it's not me. The fans are sending death threats at her, and she feels like they've left her out to dry because she said it would be easy for either of them to come out and say, no, it wasn't her, but they're being quiet. So she feels like she's being hung out to dry right now.
If Clay says anything, nobody's gonna believe a word that ain't said.
Well, yeah, Clay's not. I mean, Clay could come out and say I
Clay
didn't
say,
do it.
oh, even
and
if
it could be
even
true.
if Clay do come out and said I did not do it, do you think this? Come on now,
no.
Like, let's be real.
Because men hating culture is real right now. Unfortunately,
let's be real.
You know, we live in the era where they would rather be in the woods with a bear. That's where we are right now. So anytime any man does anything wrong, unfortunately for the good guys out there, all I can say is I'm sorry, but. Look, I'm a big fan of Megan Thee Stallion, guys, and I will just leave it with this. I'm a big fan of hers, big fan of her music. Let these folks handle it. She doesn't need y'all to fight your battles. Y'all could probably meet her one day. She's not gonna come do anything for y'all for free. She's not coming to your cookout. You know, she's not gonna be trading friendship bracelets with you. You know, you want to be a fan, be a fan. There's nothing wrong with being fans. And like, if it's one of my friends that I know personally, I will ride for them all day long. You know, I've done it on this podcast before, you know, but I don't know these people. So obviously we're going to talk about it because as a podcast, we kind of got a responsibility to talk about big news out there. The only thing I'm going to leave with is don't break up with your significant others just because another couple you don't even know have decided to end their relationship. Don't immediately start assuming somebody else was the cheater when none of the people have come out and actually said that woman was the cheater. And for the love of goodness, why does it feel like you guys are more mad at Klay Thompson than you were at Tory Lanez?
Wow. Boom. Delusional. Wow. Delusional.
That was kind of a bar. I ain't gonna lie. That was
delusional.
Kind of a bar.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I'll never care about no celebrity lives, but that was a bar. That was
right. Let's be real. Because let's be honest here. I don't like the fact that shit is even going down like the way it is. And again, I still want to state this too.
He said, "I want to say this too."
Bro stated it off the
One of the
cam,
stands
bro.
got to him.
Well, Becky's stands have already started. They've doxed my nephew.
So what about that Crunchyroll and them offing everybody every offsite?
Yeah,
you
well,
mean?
what
What
about
happened?
Disney offing a bunch of their artists in favor of AI? This is where we are now, guys. Where they're now officially laying off artists because they're like, we got it. We can take it from here. And this is what everybody's been worried about when it comes to AI. And the only thing I can say is if AI didn't do it, unfortunately, something else would. We've lived through a whole history of machines and things coming through, taking jobs of other people. It didn't start with AI. It looks like it's going to end with AI. But there used to be a time where everything used to be handmade. And now, like, literally anything you do, you can push a button and have it done for you. We're literally about 5 to 6 years away from being the Jetsons. And when that happens, I don't know what people are going to do for work. They're going to have to come up with some new kind of way to handle currency.
There's always gonna be jobs. There's always gonna be jobs, and there's always gonna be another thing to take those jobs.
That's
After
what I'm
AI,
saying.
it's gonna be quantum computing. Like there's so much stuff. I'm very much big into like that kind of stuff. I'll leave it at that because we can go into a bigger rabbit hole.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know a lot of people, because of new generation, I'm not downing them. I get it. That look at AI and it's like AI is creating and taking jobs away from other people, and people don't have these jobs because this thing can do it for them. And I'm like, once upon a time, there used to be stores that did specific things that no longer do those specific things. Like, I remember when I was little and you used to go to a car wash and it used to actually be filled with car wash employees.
Can I say one thing about this real quick? I feel like this is so important, and I feel very passionate about this.
Go right ahead.
I'll give you this example about where we should place our priorities. Should we worry about AI? Yes, worry about AI. I'm not gonna tell you not to worry about AI. But while you're worrying about AI, Con Edison has a monopoly on the electricity grid, and a lot of people's electricity is going up. And we're worried about jobs that we're saying that people can't get, while there's literally no other way to get a competitive price on electricity. So, like, there's so many things worth fighting for right now. And I think AI can be some level of focus, but there are other things for a day-to-day living that people need that I think are very much more important to focus on. So I'll just leave it at that. And I don't think Flint, Michigan still has clean water. So if we want to talk about important things, then we can really talk about the important things that's affecting people on a day-to-day.
Look,
Absolutely.
I understand people are always going to be worried. I was only just throwing out there that AI is not the first thing to come along that made people lose work, because now there's something that can just do the work for you. Like, that's been happening since the 50s. You know, ever since they started creating the freaking microwave and stuff, it's been starting to take stuff away from people that used to do these things.
I know, just like Luffy just dropping a new episode to make everybody pay attention to them. Alabama, let's go! What are we talking about? Week is what you already know. We had One Piece drop. I don't know about y'all, but let me tell you something. They are cooking this season. Hold on. When Alabama right now, One Piece, nah, bro. Nah. The animation, the introductions, the Vikings, we about to see, I can't even say it because Luffy ain't even there yet. But my boy, this episode this Saturday, we gonna meet him. We gonna meet him this episode. If it ain't 3, it better be 4. Cause one of them, come on, y'all already know, bro. One Piece is here, bro. We back, baby.
And by the way, and speaking of, you know, things that can do stuff for you, Aggie just dropped in, popping in to say what's up while I clean. See, because Aggie does her own cleaning.
We see the Sonics. We see the Sonics mix, the tier list. You going crazy with the videos right now. I ain't gonna say I've been. Look,
because people are finally starting to feel some kind of way about those tier lists.
Like, I've been peeping. Oh no, you think she's gonna make some people feel some type of way, bro? I got a video that's gonna make some people feel some type of way. And I can't wait. Don't worry, Aggie. I'm in the same train as you. I'm in the same train as you. I was a freaking Luli. What are we talking about, bro? Like what? I've been seeing it, and I ain't gonna lie, your tier list is superb. It's superb because me and you had the same mindset, especially when we became with Live and Learn, especially when we became with Shadow, all of me, especially when we became to the Sonic Hero Drive, bro. You went back to the Sonic CD. You had a track. Let's talk about what we mean, bro. Nah, go ahead, Aggie. Yo, talk, pop the fuck off, bro.
I could be putting that shit on too.
Of course.
Hell
You
yeah.
talk about fashion.
Hell yeah. She still owe me a Dragon Ball bag. I need that. 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 I'm still waiting on. I'm still waiting on that. I need that right now. And don't. I swear to God, I will have a Dragon Ball scouter and go look for that damn Dragon Ball bag. I need that. I want that.
Gotta
Well,
have that.
you gotta
Come on
have
now.
that. But I'll tell you what I gotta have right now, and that is Cosmos' story. Because the thing that we always have, and we're done glazing Cosmos. It's a self-glazing part of the podcast. He's been in this podcast. He should know this at this point. This is the part where we have our guests talk a little bit about themselves, what got them into whatever career they're in, and just to kind of give a backstory about them and to let us in a little bit. So, Cosmos, I'm going to give the floor to you to kind of let us know what got you into content creation, what steered you into this path that you're on right now.
Yo, mad funny. I know this segment comes up, and I still wasn't prepared for it. I feel like I was talking about myself OD a minute ago, but what got me into this? I was a very inquisitive kid at a young age. So like I was very young, and I was a big fan of Digimon. And my mother used to work at a rec center where they used to have a bunch of like computers. They had a computer room and stuff like that. And I was inquisitive before I did my research when I was younger. Now it's a lot different. I'm very much researching and inquisitive, but I wanted to build a Digimon website because I didn't think they had a website, and I didn't check because I also didn't have a computer at home, so I would only be able to check when I went to a job. So I told the dude in the computer lab, hey, I want to build a Digimon website and I want to make it look like the Cartoon Network website. So bro helped me build a Digimon website when I was like 8 or 9 on a floppy disk. And then that got me into wanting to learn more about design. So I got into like magazine stuff and things like that. And then I was like hooping when I was really young. And when I got to high school, long story short, I had beef with all my English teachers because I always felt like English teachers were very like prissy and pristine, and I didn't like that when I was a kid. So I ended up getting into an argument with my English teacher and got kicked off the basketball team. So I had to like figure out what I was going to do with life. So I got a job, and then I decided to make a clothing line because I decided to go back to the skills that I used to have when I was younger. And I used a camera that I had that my uncle got me when I was younger to like take pictures of it. And from there, I started developing those skills into college, which got me more into fashion, experimenting with things. I was a big fan of Pharrell and Billionaire Boys Club. I'm actually going to do a video on, I got to figure out when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do a video on like the state of anime fashion and where I think it is in parallel with what fashion and fashion trends were up until now. But I'm probably going to need a lot of help with that to make sure the accuracy of it. But yeah. So from there, I was already really into like graphic design, photography, videography, things like that. I just realized that my camera is not.
Not just that it froze, but look at the pose he's got on.
That's what I say. That's a mean profile picture, bro. That's
like you need to save this like right now.
Wait. He's gonna have to come back on screen.
Yeah, all they gotta do is rewind. This podcast is here. We live, so you can just rewind.
He's gonna have to come on.
No,
that was a heck of a pose.
This is actually hilarious
without even trying.
But yeah, like I said, I did the fashion club thing, the president, and then put on like a fashion show and things like that. I was into graphic design, and just a bunch of like artistic stuff, like creative stuff. I was really big into. It just kind of carried over in life, things that I'd like wanted to do. Actually, May 6th, I actually just went back into my old laptop, like the first laptop I used for like creative stuff. And my first video I ever posted, I'm gonna post again on May 6th to show like where I was and where I'm at now. And it was on Instagram TV. A lot of people don't even know what Instagram TV is. There was the video thing before they had Instagram Reels. It was supposed to be their competitor to YouTube. This was before TikTok even existed. So yeah, that's kind of where things were. I'm in a social media marketing field right now. I worked in other creative fields doing like visual production, live and post production, editing. Um, and I worked in like camera brand stores and stuff like that. So um, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm very passionate about like creativity and like passing on knowledge because I don't believe any knowledge that we have is ours to own. It's ours to pass on to people. That's just what I believe. That's what I live by. Um, and yeah, I think that's I think that answers your question. I tried to answer it as short as possible.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. I will say I would love to. Well, actually, I don't know if I would or not. I was gonna say I would love to post the very first video that I did online, but considering it was on MySpace in 2007, and I don't have access to that anymore, so
I miss MySpace so bad, bro.
my
So
my first video that is still around somewhere will be from early 2008, and I do still have everything from that point on up. Not only everything from 2008 on up that's online, but all of the behind the scenes unedited stuff. I still have all of that on my computer.
I think you
Like
should,
the
bro.
stuff I did with friends, like literally behind the scenes, camera rolling, me explaining to them how I want the skits to go before we went action, all our takes. Like I still have all of that stuff from all the way back in 2008 and
Yeah,
up.
bro. I think you should, bro. Like use what you have today, like whatever the thing is that works for you today, and figure out a way that you can use that to introduce like the things that you did before and like show where you came from.
Some of that stuff I'm actually going to make brand new videos for because there's some gems back then that a lot of that pretty much all of my audience has never seen, and they deserve to see them. And I know if I just repost some old grainy faded webcam video, they're not going to be interested in seeing that. So I'm actually going to put some new visuals to some of my older sounds
And it's gonna go crazy, 100%.
and definitely put that out there. Now, there was something you touched on, so I want you to go a little deeper into this because it's something you're still kind of in right now, and that's basketball.
Mm, yeah,
Because we know you and Jasirii both are out there doing the basketball thing. How is that going, by the way?
it's going, man. You get to hoop with your brothers and enjoy time with your friends, and it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about the journey, not the destination.
The
Me and
journey.
Jasir, okay,
Okay. Jasirii, how's it going?
no, we both have goals. We both have goals, and we both get into those. But go ahead.
Um, it's going very well. I feel like I have to talk in press conference mode. So all I want to say is that when it comes to Cosmos, he is nothing short of Kyrie out there. He always
Correct.
makes his way to the bucket. Um, when it comes to leadership, he definitely leads. He definitely puts the hard hat on and he goes out there full force. And then when he turns up, he turns up completely. He gets in there. He gets the nitty gritty. Sometimes it's not fully assist mode, but when it comes to leadership, it's all right, cool. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look at their strengths. I'm gonna add on to their game. I'm gonna drop a dime real quick, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like Cosmos Kyrie, that's
It,
that's his name, Cosmos Kyrie out there.
it's safe to say we're in a down season right now where we're struggling to win in some aspects. There's a lot of different teams, so there's a lot. It's harder to answer than just like give a straight answer because me and Jasiri both play for like two or three different teams. We play on one team together, but we play on two or three different teams. That's why when I said at the end, like we have our individual goals, and that's what's making it more beautiful for us. Jasiri, he could speak for his own goals. I know he's grown a lot in like less than 6 months to become where he is today as a hooper, and he's gonna grow continuously as he continues to play. For me, my main focus is just trying to continue to get better, but also with that, there's a side focus that's kind of like taking forefront, which is I really want to dunk. I really want to dunk. If
Yes.
I don't dunk now, then I'll never dunk. So like as much as I want to get better at basketball, and it does hurt me when I don't feel like I am getting better, I really, really want to dunk. Like really bad. It's a passion of mine to be able to dunk. I've almost done it once as a kid when I was younger, like on like a tip alley oop, and I've gotten to that close as an adult who's 30. So like I believe I can get further than that.
Okay, yeah, and we definitely know we've been following along on your dunk journey. So when you guys have been on your separate teams, have y'all played against each other?
Yeah, they smoked us. They smoked us. We played against them last week. They smoked us. I had a rough week. I was in my head the whole game. I think Jasirii noticed it because he asked me if I'm okay after the game, and somebody else asked me if I was okay after the game. And then also it's just hard to play against my bro. Like it's just I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to play against my bro. Not because I look at them down or whatever, but I'm also just like I want to live up to whatever expectation they have to make them better as well. But then I just end up playing like shit, to be quite honest. So
I'm gonna put this out there. He did not play in shit like shit. He in fact did a lot of amazing shit out there, and especially last minute because there was one move where he did a whole spin move and went up, and then me and my cousin are looking at each other like, Cosmos did that? Yeah, he did that. All right, cool. We gotta get back on defense. Stop him at all costs.
Yeah, if anything, you're supposed to go at your bros even harder. So like,
nah, it definitely was. I'm gonna say this from my side.
He had that moment to be like, yeah, I see him. Yeah. I know he's gonna block. Don't worry, and I'm gonna run straight to him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. On my side, it was just one of those. It was like, all right, cool. I will tell you how many times I played D on Cosmos. It was only 3 times.
bro, I was running
And
from
then
this area.
I slipped on water running. We both were, I'm not gonna front. That clip was funny as hell. I went back to go watch the tape. Me and you were running for the ball. Me and Cosmos, and I'm like, I look at Cosmos. Cosmos looked at me with a perfect freeze frame. The ball went loose. I said, nah. Started running.
I just tried to make sure Jasiri's a freak athlete. And one thing I always tell Jasirii is you just gotta learn how to be a freak athlete as a basketball player. Because I had to make a decision to push Jasirii so that we both don't get hurt. And I'm like, we gotta figure this out. But to VoQualz, to your point, one of the things that I've been sitting with recently is trying to find that dog again. I've realized I'm enjoying the process of like becoming better, and not having that dog has kind of plateaued me in the aspect of getting better as a basketball player. So I'm trying to refine that fire, but all that fire is going towards this dunk journey. So I haven't really cared about everything else. I'm like really focused on trying to get this dunk off. I probably once I do that, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I better not see you under the rim. Then it probably come back. But right now, this dunk journey is like so much in my brain that's probably been the main focus. Like even some of my teammates would see me on a fast break and be like, yo, just go try it. I'm like, bro, we in a real game. I'm not about to try this right now. Y'all are crazy.
he said he's not gonna try that in a real game. So it's like he want to make sure he gets that perfected, and then he can put it out there, and then he can show everybody exactly what he's made of. I kind of want to know what you're made of right now.
Who?
Y'all think you could beat Nike Finesse?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody in the anime community could beat me. Like and my team with me, Jasirii, bro. Bro.
Yo, hold on. Tell Nike to get his shit up.
Okay, this is where the fire
come to New York. Tell Nike come to New York. I've been saying this for a while. He's been running.
This is where the fire comes back. This is where the fire comes back. Because we held a basketball tournament in Houston at one point. Not Houston, in Texas and Austin at one point. And there was a bunch of people that came out and hooped. And Jasirii knows me. When I'm throwing an event, I don't take any calls. Any call you want, you can have. You call foul, you got it. You say I traveled, you got it. You say I did this, you got it. I'm not gonna argue with you because I want you to know when we win, it's fair. And we won. We won the tournament. Like it was me, him, Mike, and King. We won.
Oh, you was there?
No. I mean, apparently I'm a pseudo New Yorker now. You never know.
Yeah, bro. I'll have y'all on my team any day, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, dudes who in the anime community, let's hoop, let's hoop, let's hoop. Let's
Oh, what
just
about Rob? What
let's
about
hoop.
Rob? What about Rob?
Me and Rob
What
been
about
supposed
Rob?
to play. Me and Rob supposed to play
Rob
for
is new
bare
to Team
time.
New York anyway.
Nah, but me and Rob supposed to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
for bare
but no,
time.
no love though. No love though.
No,
Competition. What's up?
I believe I'll cook Rob, 100%. Like cook, not win, cook. I
Hmm.
believe I'll cook Rob, and I know Rob is tall. Rob could shoot or whatever. I've seen him do like warm ups and practice and stuff like that. But there's just some things that I notice from some people that I'm like, yeah, I'm putting you right in that post, and I'm putting you in that post. I'm putting you in that post, and it's gonna be curtains. It's gonna be like, dang, why he doing that? Hey,
Oh yeah,
bro.
we gotta set this up. We
Rob,
gotta set
you
this
heard
up.
that. Cosmo
We
said he's
gotta
gonna
set this
post
up.
you up. So
We gotta set this
let's
up.
just get
We
that
we
out
gotta
of the
set this up. We gotta set this up. We this is too good. This is too good to be true. We gotta set this up. I gotta see this. I gotta see this.
I love putting people in the post, bro. I feel like every guard in New York needs to know how to play in a post. If you can't play in a post as a guard in New York, then it's kind of wild to me.
I ain't gonna lie. He said anybody in the anime community can get it. So all right, cool. Respectfully, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
I've only met two people who I believe was like, I looked at and I was like, dang, bro. But the crazy part is, I didn't look at them like that until after because I didn't know they were in the anime community. I didn't find out, like, we played them in the league that we're in, and then later found out that one of them is related to one of my friends, and then later found out that him and his friend is like have a podcast where they talk anime. But I don't think they're in the community, but they have a podcast where they talk anime. So I was like, oh, they're nice. They're not like anime people who hoop. They're hoopers who talk anime. And them, I'm like, they would give me a run for my money wholeheartedly.
You heard him. Run for his money, but not flat out beat him. Don't think I didn't pay attention to that.
No. Not flat out beat me. Everybody, I have a chance against everybody. That's how I look at things. I have a chance against everybody.
I love that confidence. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you that right now. I love.
We need to put it to the test. We need to make it fit to put these boys to test because it's been a lot of talking. I heard from this side. We just need to put you on the court. We just need to put y'all on the court. We just need everybody to set up a date and stop making these. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's been a lot of. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I gotta see it. We gotta see it.
Anime NYC. I'll try to get a court.
There it is. I am clipping this, and this is going up immediately. By the way, because
please.
It's time,
go ahead.
It's time for challenges to go down.
We need to. It's too nice out here. People too nice out here. People too sweet. Nah, we got a Michael Beasley out here right now, bro. We gotta do
Michael
that.
Beasley.
We gotta do this. We gotta have Michael Beasley mentality out here, bro. We gotta put out people child support money right now, bro. We gotta see what's going on, bro. We gotta have that mentality right now. I'm telling you, they've been spicy talking for years. For years. I've been in these circles from all these sides talking about this. Like, bro, let's just do this. Like, I just need everybody to just not like, just have the time. Just be like, yo, I'm coming to New York. Because I know all of us literally come to New York a lot of times, especially Rob. We need to put it out there, bro. Like, we got to. We got to set it up. We got to set this up.
Rob be working. That's the only issue. So, like, me and Rob speak frequently about it, or like we've spoken frequently about it, and every time.
I'm tired of hearing people speak about it. That's what's out.
Thank you. I'm tired of talking. That's what I'm saying. Everybody trying to, bro. Nike put up a 2K post, bro. Bro, Nike out here literally talking about I do anybody like this, bro. It's talking spicy live too. Yeah, I'm gonna be that person. Oh yeah, I am podcast real. I don't care. I'm that person right now. I'm starting chaos. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck right now.
The podcast
out
is
there
real
talking spicy.
I mean, the podcast is real hoop session. Let's do it in the summer. I'm gonna look up some gyms. The problem with New York is, like, if you're not booking gyms in like long-term spans, they don't even like talk to you. So like you have to book more than one time, and that's been the hardest part. Like, because we started this nerd basketball runs thing, and we haven't forgotten about it. It's just really hard to book a gym. Like to get like a gym like once every 3 months is really hard. Like if you're not booking like weekly in a contract, they like look in other places.
Gotcha.
That's crazy. They ain't got like any rec centers or anything up there that y'all can just.
Yeah,
Like, some
everybody
boys
hoops
and
in New
girl
York.
club just to go up there.
What you said, Jasirii?
I said everybody hoops in New York.
Yeah, like
It's kind of hard to lock it down when you have people consistently booking it at different times.
yeah, and there's a war on basketball in New York happening right now with pickleball kind of taking over, mainly because basketball is a high insurance risk. So yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I like it. Like I said, I definitely like Cosmos' energy. And let's just hope that he can continue to keep that energy. Cosmos, you watch this podcast. You ought to know what's going next. He's our brother. We don't need a disclaimer at this point. I just need to know what side of history you stand on because you know what we do on here. And Cosmos, I'm going to need you to say it completely with your whole chest, Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network.
Come on over here, bro. We know what's up. Don't even play with me. Come on, bro. Come on.
Bro, I watch this all the time, and I watch I have this segment, and I'm just like, bro, can you remind me of one thing, right? When you say Cartoon Network, you know where I'm going with this. This doesn't include Adult
Tsunami
Swim.
and Adult Swim would not be fair.
Yeah, we're not pulling.
Okay.
We're not pulling a Rob out here. We're not pulling that. We're not
Nickelodeon.
Pulling that.
I'm going with Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
Hey,
Okay.
look, they need more guys. They need more guys.
I'm going with Nickelodeon.
Why?
We give reasons on this podcast.
I'm a goofy goober, bruh. I'm a goofy goober, bruh. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a goofy goober, bruh. I am, bruh. I'm a goofy goober. I think Jimmy Neutron had one of the best animation styles early, like before its time. Like it was weird, yes, but it was way ahead of its time. I also think Fairly Odd Parents was crazy. The creative things that they were able to do with, obviously Cartoon Network had like the Cartoon Network blocks where they would like bring in characters together in that movie theater and do like certain things. But they had Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. They had collaborative shows. They had interruptions within shows of Jimmy Neutron going around to different shows to change things within the show. And I believe around like 2001 or something like that.
Yeah,
like there was just
I was there. Mm-hmm.
There was like just crazy things that they were doing that I was just a huge fan of. And I love Cartoon Network because Cartoon Network satisfies a dark humor, love, weird kind of like vibe in my heart. But just like, I don't know, man. It was just like there's so much like creativity that came out of Nickelodeon for me. Whereas it was creative and fun Nickelodeon. That's what I would label it as. And Cartoon Network was like story driven and like kind of like adults making kid shows, if that makes sense. Like darker kind of themes.
You saying Nickelodeon is more darker or Cartoon Network darker?
Cartoon Network's darker. So I was just explaining what the difference.
They mean like darker tones, like
I was trying to figure out,
like Batman Beyond.
I was gonna say like
that.
a Batman or a Teen Titans or something like that.
Yeah,
or we talking about like adult jokes and stuff. That's okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, like Batman, Teen Titans. What else?
Adventure Time.
Yeah, Gumball. Gumball came on Cartoon Network, right? Yeah.
Amazing War Gumball.
I wouldn't call Gumball dark though.
Nah, when you got some of the
talking about, there are some dark episodes Gumball do, and there are some scenes in Gumball you'd be like, what the fuck? But as an overall fully, to be honest, really the wonderful weird world of Gumball is way more darker than it is the original.
Right.
If y'all want me to be real.
But that's a Hulu thing, yeah.
Yeah,
but they still the same. They still the same. Just what amazingly weird. They still the same.
But then you also had
they changed it. They just went more weirder. That's it.
That's fair. You also had like Scooby-Doo and things like that. So there was a lot that they had, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I enjoyed it. That's what I'm saying. I enjoyed it for what it was. But I think the creative fun side will always always pull me more.
I got you. No, I feel you. I definitely love the way that when he was
K threw out Courage. How we didn't even talk about Courage when we were talking about dark stuff.
We didn't.
No, Courage. I was gonna say I was talking about dark. I was gonna go regular show because regular show are legit taking people off the shows and using laser guns and actually showing that. Besides most of the cartoon shows don't necessarily show that. Regular show just went out, just eviscerated and gone, and actually would say kill on that and yeah. Regular
Okay.
show it's pretty dark. It is pretty dark.
I literally saw SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs think they killed somebody and tried to bury the body.
Oh no, they
No.
they are too. They are too. No, absolutely.
And Bubble Buddy literally murdered somebody.
But they did it in a funny. It was adorable.
They actually tried to murder a Bubble Buddy.
No, Bubble Buddy murdered the dude. He died.
Bubble.
Remember, he unalived the one fish. Remember, he turned into a ghost.
Yeah, but Teen Titans turned into a psychological thriller. Bro was getting beat up by somebody who wasn't even there. And then you got Courage, which is actually made after real case files.
Have you met a cat and dog named Ren and Stimpy?
Hey, we don't talk about.
I'm about to say, if you want to talk about dark, them boys they actually have.
They outdo everybody on any network.
They actually have a scene of that on there. It just wasn't aired, but it's there.
We don't talk about Bruno.
What do you mean we don't talk about them? Like what
you mean? They got some dark. We got monsters. They kind of dark over there too.
Their entire cartoon is about scaring people.
Literally, they're dark over there as well. Invader Zim is dark as hell.
Actually,
what?
This is gonna shock a lot of people. I do not like Invader Zim. I don't like Invader Zim. I don't like the show.
I'll tell you why. Why is that?
I just found it boring, to be quite honest. For myself, it wasn't like it didn't captivate me. I was more into like Angry Beavers.
Let's go! Let's go!
I was more into Angry Beavers. I really liked I don't think this was a Nick show. I think this might have been like one of those like you know how Nick had a second channel.
Teen Nick
or something like that. Yeah.
They had Teen Nick, they had Noggin, they had
yeah. I was really into My Life as a Teenage Robot.
That was a good one.
Danny Phantom.
And
I don't know if this was on Nickelodeon, but Chalk Zone was my shit. I'm not gonna lie. Chalk Zone was.
Keep going. What else you got? What else you got in there? No. Fuck no. Everybody like to speak the new generation of no. He's my time zone right now. Keep going.
I think I had a list that I gave.
He did give that we the stuff to discuss. Which, by the way, most of that we won't be able to go into because I've noticed that we're kind of technically already in overtime. So, but we're good right now.
Okay, I'll say some shows. I'll tell you some of my favorite old cartoons growing up.
One I did kind of want to touch on a little bit because I know how near and dear it is to Jasirii and my nephew. So I guess we can get into this right now. And me too. Like, I'm not going to say not because it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. He is a big fan of 2003 Turtles.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that came on after Jackie Chan Adventures and Kids WB. I loved how it was portrayed with the darkness of it. I love the pseudo relationship aspect between I'm terrible with names, but the two people who were actually humans that were cool with the Turtles.
April and Casey.
April and Dylan.
Yeah. I loved how they portrayed that, and it just felt. Honestly, this is gonna sound crazy. It felt like a Cartoon Network kind of vibe. To be,
I was just about to say he's talking about how much he loves the 2003 Turtles because of how dark it is. Yet he didn't pick Cartoon Network because of how dark it is.
No. I did not pick it because of how dark it is. I was saying I like how dark Cartoon Network is, but I think the fun, loving stuff of Nickelodeon. For me, most of my answers when I say favorite is about rewatch value for me. So like how easily I could rewatch something. And I can rewatch Nickelodeon shows real easy.
And the 2003 Turtles was the one that borrowed from the comics more than any other iteration of Turtles. Like it was almost a carbon copy. Obviously, still like had to let off a little bit because this was still a cartoon for kids. Like
absolutely,
Turtles is probably the darkest for kids cartoon that was ever created.
Bro, all I gotta say is two words. Dr. Baxter.
bro.
My God.
What's it?
Because
What's bro
technically, people
name?
forget about that. That Turtles was made by 4Kids. You know,
My
the
God.
same 4Kids that censors everything and makes everything for 5-year-olds.
But what
Bro,
they did to Baxter, and every time he failed was bro.
they beat
Yeah.
him. They beat bro. What was bro name? Shredder, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Shredder.
Bro, he was as scary as Son from Teen Titans to me. As
Oh,
Wait,
Slade.
yeah, he was a scary bro. I used to be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I hope they never run into Shredder. Cause the way he was beating on that doctor, bro, I was like, nah, bro don't care about life, bro. He's doing this for the love of the game.
fun
So
fact.
so
Because
let
like
me
I
ask you a
said,
question then. Do you think so? Did you like the Crane Shredder, or do we like Demon Demonic Devil Shredder? Because
Whichever one
Shredder came back twice.
in that show in the
There's
2003.
one that he was regular, and the other one's technically fat. It's kind of like fast forward, but not. But yeah, he
I'll
was
put it
in
this
there.
way. Because I actually, before you answer that, that's where I was getting at. Because again, as dark as that show was, it was technically a 4Kids cartoon. So they were
Mhm.
doing all of the things that you're not supposed to do in a 4Kids cartoon, but for some reason, the studio was letting it go. And then, fun fact, they ended up doing an episode surrounded by Baxter Stockman that ended up being so dark. Not only
Yes.
did they initially ban that episode because they're like, okay, y'all are going too far. That was when
Like,
they made the decision to say, you know what? We've been letting y'all do this dark stuff on this 4Kids thing for far too long. Y'all gonna have to lighten this tone. And that was why they canceled the next season and did Fast Forward, which was lighter colors and a lot more kid friendly because
it was
4Kids
cool, but
finally was
I still wasn't
like,
a fan of it like that. I looked at it. I liked it, but you hurting me.
because
You hurting my
4Kids
heart here.
finally put their foot down and was like,
You hurting me.
y'all are too dark.
Yeah, I
Like,
like the
give me.
Shredder. The original Shredder would be my answer.
You said which one?
The original one, not the demon one.
Utrom Shredder.
Oh, Crane. Oh, we talking about Crane. Okay.
Yeah, in the 2003 one, the original.
Yeah.
Utrom
We
Shredder.
got Crane. Yeah, we got Crane. We got Crane.
Right. Yeah. Like he was, because like I said, everything was directly out of the comics, like all the way down to. But then again, it's like, first of all, it doesn't matter what iteration of Shredder or what iteration of Turtles you get, he's always going to get defeated the exact same way. And for the fact that a 4Kids cartoon and then later on a Nickelodeon cartoon that's shown on Sunday mornings portrayed Leo stepping up and holding this man's head.
He decapitated him.
Like
Definitely
you
decapitated him.
on Nickelodeon on a Sunday morning?
Oh, dude, once you are so relaxed, constantly say I will kill or murder or Hamato Yoshi, and literally see this man boxing, falling out of the
You
sky,
see
and push
the
him off of the
spikes?
building, and see this. Yeah, nah, they meant that. They meant that. Like they're like, nah, you gonna see this.
On Nickelodeon on a Sunday morning.
Telling
At
you.
like 10 o'clock right before you go to church.
And honestly, that's my GOAT Shredder out of all of the Shredders. That's actually my GOAT. I love T2003 like a lot. Don't get me wrong, but as a GOAT Shredder, that's my GOAT. That's my GOAT.
Nah, look, Shredder is him. Pretty much no matter what, but that's the whole thing. And I know that there are some other villains that have come through, but it doesn't matter what version it is, even all the way down to the campy one in the 80s. Like, Shredder cared about his revenge more than anything else. Like, he could have other aspirations, but if you wanted him to stop whatever he was trying to do, if you didn't think you could get to him, all you had to do was tease him. And now he's just going to drop whatever he's doing because he's got to have you now.
All I want to know is, I've seen a lot of villains in my life fall Batman, but I ain't never seen somebody just wash Batman.
What you mean by that?
And y'all know what I'm talking about. Shredder I done saw him face Batman, the greatest monster.
Oh yeah, the
hand
Ninja Turtles
ever.
Batman movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That when Shredder popped up and
a good movie.
that man said, "Hey, I heard you can do one-on-one hands. Show me." He drag on him. Show me. That was a battle I love to see. That man washed Batman. They weren't even close. If you can make the Dark Knight retreat, nah.
But But nah, like I said, but Cosmos, I just want to stick that one out there because I know we're all a fan of turtles around here. And of course, you know, he had his anime list. Of course, you know one of them that was on that list because y'all already had it out about Attack on Titan. And you know, we kind of got a temporary ban on Attack on Titan on this podcast because
Yeah, I went to jail for him.
this man was going off on Aaron Yeager so bad back when in our TikTok days, he literally got banned from TikTok mid
For
rant.
a month. For a whole month.
Gosh.
Came back for 1 minute and then back in. They
What's
said,
that?
"Oh, you still talking about Aaron Yeager?"
Man, a
So you ain't
Yeager took
That's
you.
him?
Look, a Yeager said, "Nah, we ain't having that."
They
Ban him.
no disrespect. They treated me like they thought I was Charlie Kirk out here. I'm like, damn, hold on, whoa, it's crazy.
We ain't gotta talk about Aaron Yeager.
Yeah, I ain't touching that one. But
No, we
another-
already been. I don't care what everybody. I just know I can't talk about him. That's it. I had to sign a paper to not talk about him like that anymore.
but I do know another one that he talked about. Obviously, is our GOAT, Yu Hakusho. So you know that is
Oh, okay. Where we going with that?
absolutely. I just want to know, like, your love for Yu Hakusho. Do you think I know most people put that as one of the greatest animes of all time, and like, what is about your love for Yu Hakusho, Cosmos?
So Yu Yu Hakusho for me is the most rewatched anime in my arsenal. I rewatch it at least bare minimum once a year, just for the emotional reset, like a palate cleanse. And I just think it's like a really good cohesive anime from capturing your attention, which could have been really gimmicky in the beginning, with how Truck Kun showed up and like trying to gain life back and things like
Episode
that.
one.
Yeah, exactly. To trying to relive a new life and be something that you didn't really want to be, to force yourself to live. I thought was very interesting. To then having your frenemy become the person that pushes you, to meeting like one of the greatest villains of all time, in my opinion, and one of the greatest villain arcs. And I actually got bro on my thing up there. I can't even show y'all. But
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna stop you right there because you just said villain and then you don't point up to him. So it sounds like when it comes to team Toguro or Sensory,
I got y'all. Give me. I got bro right here.
Big Tagoro in the building.
He got 100% to grow.
Yeah, bro. He's standing right next to another goat, bro. Hold on, let me show you the other goat.
so yeah, we're not touching that one. Like we said, we're not touching
Yeah,
that
we
one.
ain't touching that one
We've
at
got
all.
a
I ain't
perma
got nothing
ban
to
on
say.
this. So you're definitely team Toguro over Sensory then. So do you think that? So do you feel like then the anime peaked after the Dark Tournament?
Do I think the anime peaked after the Dark Tournament? That's a good question. I would say in a sense yes. I can't deny that the Dark Tournament was probably my favorite portion of it. But when certain people say peaked, not including you, there's a connotation to it that like that was all it had to offer, and I think it still had a lot to offer after that. Was it exactly what the creator wanted it to be? No. But it did offer some closure to the story of like the friendships and like Yusuke and Shorty potentially getting together. Actually, my next tattoo is gonna be that scene of them on the beach. So like I think it
Promise how
offered.
he came back a year early. So you know what? Good for him.
I can't wait a year damn more. You say you're gonna come back for me, but you never did, and I'm gonna move on.
Yeah,
Get
bro.
you, Yusuke. Well,
She
damn,
was
see,
never
that's how
moving
you
on.
feel?
She was never gonna move on, bruh.
Bro walked in and said, damn, that's really how you feel? I told you I was gonna come back.
Man was like, I'm gonna be gone for years. Wait for me. Yeah, it's
Bro,
like, yeah, I'm
went to
out.
I don't blame her though. Who's gonna wait that long? Who? Nah, you crazy. You crazy.
She had
But,
no other offers that she was even entertaining. Like it was all Yusuke all the time. Even back during his bad days, he was there. Back when he was a rough high school kid, he was there. She was a ride or die. She saved his life, like
Huh?
literally with a kiss.
She
Hmm.
actually
And
she actually saved his life. But fun fact, right? Fun fact. Yu Yu Hakusho is something I seen as a kid and didn't remember what it was. The thing that brought me actually back to Yu Yu Hakusho was not even an anime. The thing that brought me back to anime was actually Archie's Weird Mysteries. If you know that show, I actually put a video out recently with the intro to it. I was watching Archie's Weird Mysteries one day while at my job, which I had nothing to do that day, so I was just watching Archie's Weird Mysteries. Finished it in the whole day, and then it sparked a memory for me, and I was like, I want to watch more shows that have adult themes that look like cartoons. I didn't know what anime was, but I knew there was something that I watched when I was a kid, and I remembered something about a kid dying in the first episode and then shooting a beam out his finger. So I literally just wrote that up on Google and Yu Yu Hakusho came up. And then my mind unlocked. And it just unlocked all these memories from that to Naruto. And then I started watching Naruto directly after that. So Archie's Weird Mysteries is a direct pipeline for me that got back into anime.
okay, I'm glad you brought up Naruto because we know about Naruto's journey to obviously becoming like the strongest, and we know a big part of that was the demon that was inside of him, Kurama, which we've always known was there from day one. So we've always kind of been on this ride with him, knowing what he had and how they came together. When it came to Yu Yu Hakusho, you saw Yusuke progress and get stronger and be on this journey with him. And then toward the end, it's like, oh, by the way, he's a demon.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that kind of took any shine off of his journey at all?
Um, no, not for real. Not for me. I could see it. I could see why, and I'm not gonna fault anybody for like thinking that way. For me, it came so late and there was already demons involved in it. So it's like it wasn't really a big thing for me. He still had to go through the trenches to learn the things that he needed to learn, regardless. It wasn't like he just pulled from an endless reservoir that just like was like, oh, this randomly happened. Like he kind of like trained. Obviously there were some parts that was like, oh, okay, what? But overall, I just think that it came so late in the story that it didn't really bother me, to be quite honest. And like, to be honest, I don't care, bro. I like this. I love the show. I love the show. There's literally not much that it could like somebody could tell me to make me think like anything different. I love the show. It had everything that I needed, to be
And it's
quite
not
honest.
like Yusuke was flawless or just this super being. Technically, he dies like 3 times in that anime.
Bro, if you wanted me to hate Yu Yu Hakusho, you could have just introduced me to this character without saying his name. Like if you describe Yusuke Urameshi right now as a character in 2026 and say a new anime is coming out with all these features of the main character, I'd be like, bro, I'm not watching that. Why would I watch some dickhead do dickhead things for the sake of being a dickhead? But like then it's like, bro, it was good for what it was. Like I like to put everything in context. For what it was really good at the time. And he did what he needed to do in relationship to the dynamics of the friends that was there and what he needed to do over time in his growth. So like,
Okay, but then that's a good transition because we do ask that sometimes on here. So if Yu Yu Hakusho was a brand new anime that started today, do you think it would work?
um yes. Yes, and it's called Windbreaker to an extent. It's literally called Windbreaker to an extent. The character is a dickhead mainly because he's been bullied, but he didn't kind of let people bully him, so technically he didn't get bullied. He was just beating people up in retaliation. And then he became a dickhead to people that love him. So like, yes, there's characters like Windbreaker that represent that. Um, what other characters? It's just angsty teen characters, delinquent characters that would represent that. So yes, I think it would still work. There's too
Okay,
many anime that's not good for that to not work.
too many that's not good for that one not to work. You know, because a lot of times, obviously, people will put obviously with different eras, there's different things that were good for their time. So when we start talking about those 80s, 90s animes, you know, a lot of people like to think versus what we get today. It's like, would that really work now? Does it stand the test of time, or were they just good for their time? You know, did they do a formula that worked back then that no longer works now? And you know, when it comes, but people, especially the way people still love shonen anime, like people love shows that's gonna give you a lot of fights now. So if you're gonna give me something that's still giving you a lot of fights, I can't see why people wouldn't think that it wouldn't work today. And like you said, yes, Yusuke's kind of got some attitude to him, but people like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's very rare to find an anime that wouldn't work today because all storylines are pretty much same. It's just about how you present it and what perspective you present it in. I think things that wouldn't work today, and people might hate me for saying this. This might be a hot take. I think I recently rewatched like the first 5 episodes of Sailor Moon. And until they actually get into the story of Sailor Moon, I don't think the first like 5 episodes of Sailor Moon will work today, as it was in the first 5 episodes. Like, go watch the first 5 episodes
And you're
before you.
talking about the OG cartoon because they have
Yeah,
different iterations. You're not talking about Crystal or
no,
the
I'm
other.
talking about the OG cartoon where like they didn't really have a solid storyline until late in the seasons.
Well, the first 5 episodes, they were establishing all of the Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, but then you watch the first 5 episodes of some other anime, and they're like, again, like Yu Hakusho, bro died, came back in the first 3 episodes. Naruto, we already got his heartfelt plot within him and that swing that lasted the rest of the anime. Luffy was already saving somebody, so you got a sense of what his piracy would have been like. Ichigo was already like becoming introduced to this like spirit universe to like Honen Bankai or whatever
I
was
will say
happening.
here's a difference though. Just real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not wrong necessarily because some animes have slow starts. Here, people say that about One Piece a lot. But you said Sailor Moon, and then you immediately started comparing them to shonen anime. Sailor Moon's not a shonen anime, so it's not gonna have the same vibe or come out the gate the same way that they did.
No, that's 100% fair. You know, that's 100% fair. I'll try to think of something like let me see. I want to say Fruits Basket, but I ain't gonna lie. Fruits Basket had a slow start, to be quite honest. In the first season, but they was at least getting into the story. I don't think. I think watching the first 5 episodes of the OG original Sailor Moon felt like watching like an episode of like SpongeBob or Jimmy Neutron or something like that, where it was just like it just felt like a show that had like its own like thing within one episode that didn't correlate to the next episode much until later on in the season.
Well, yeah, because like I said, because it wasn't a shonen, it was one of those where it was, you know, if you've never seen this before, we have to establish each person. So, you know, the first episode, we had to establish what kind of a brat Usagi was, and you know, and get all of that, and making sure that she's Sailor Moon. Like literally, the first several episodes is her not wanting to do the job that she's destined to do, and that never fully goes away really until after a couple of seasons, but at least she starts getting surrounded by people who take the job a little bit more seriously than she does. So like the first 5 episodes is literally like each different episode they're introducing somebody else new. The thing that really becomes crazy with Sailor Moon is that they go through an entire season, then they reset, and then they start all over again because Sailor Moon was never supposed to go as long as it did. You know, thank goodness for popularity, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was a great show. It's actually
It was supposed to end after one, and then when they realized they were going to keep going, it was like, okay, what do we do now? So now season 2, the first like 4 episodes of season 2 are literally the first 4 episodes of season 1. They're reestablishing all the scouts again because at the end of season 1, they wiped everybody's memories and nobody remembered that they ever did this. So now when they realize, oh, we got to reestablish this, now she got to go back to them all over again. And it's like, okay, now we're recycling. And me as a ginormous Sailor Moon fan can say that.
Yeah, I feel like if they were to, I feel like they, in order to fix my perspective, not saying they would want to or they have to in any way, shape, or form, but in order to fix my perspective, if anybody else had the same perspective, I think if they were able to like, if they were to come out with Sailor Moon today as a fresh show, Obviously, it wouldn't be Sailor Moon, but like the same premise and stuff like that. I think they would just have to introduce everything a little bit quicker. If that makes sense.
Well, what they would probably do, and like I said, they have re-released Sailor Moon a bunch of times. Like I said, they have had Sailor Moon Crystal where they redid the thing, and
The 3D
Sailor Moon
John, right?
Crystal,
That's what
Sailor Moon Crystal is more closer to the manga than the OG one is. And then there was another iteration of Sailor that I haven't seen. There's another iteration of Sailor Moon where they came out with another version because they know Sailor Moon keeps going. I think when it comes to something where you have to establish a bunch of different people in that kind of way before you hit the ground running, your best bet is to start with a movie.
A movie.
That way you can just get everybody established, get everything in, the story in, you got them all there. It can end with some big thing, and then you can hit the ground running.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
And I think that would actually work for Sailor Moon because honestly, with a lot of, I mean, technically it's not filler, but with a lot of this was the 80s, mind you, or 80s, 90s, a lot of Sailor Moon episodes are villain of the week. You know, this week, this villain's trying to steal your energy. Sailor Moon and them have to stop him. Next week, okay, now we're going to send this person to try to steal the energy. Sailor Moon and them are going to stop him. You know, there's not a lot of story moving forward in a show like that, but it was never designed to really be anything like that. It would move forward at its own pace. You could literally condense season 1 of Sailor Moon into like an hour and a half, 2-hour movie and be done with it. You really could.
I would like to see at least the first 5 episodes condensed, at least.
But no, like I said, I get what you're saying, and this is coming from, like I say, you know, I will defend Sailor Moon all day as far as being like good content. As much as I love Sailor Moon and all of that, you know, on the other side, I will also defend the fact that she doesn't beat as many people as everybody tries to say she does. But I love Sailor Moon and I love the Sailor Moon franchise.
You said she wouldn't beat as many people as people say she would?
Well, you know, when you see tier lists, when it comes to who would win in a fight, Sailor Moon likes to get put at number 1 on a lot of people's lists.
Hey, I agree. I know it sounds crazy. I agree. I think she would beat a lot of people.
I don't agree. And there's
we already went viral for that.
Yeah. I don't agree, and that has been an ongoing thing that I have said on here, but I also always pull up receipts on why I don't agree. Could she beat a lot of villains out there? Absolutely. But the debates are always her against other good guys. And I'm like, a lot of the times, like when they talk about like Goku or Luffy or people like that, she's not beating them. She's not.
You don't think she don't get a power up boost because like for some reason, and this is not like a sexist thing, but like in Dragon Ball Z, it seems like women really hit very hard against men, i.e., like Bulma against Vegeta or like whatever.
That would involve Sailor Moon actually throwing punches. She doesn't do that.
I mean, she might throw a punch or two, bro. I don't listen, man.
She's throwing a bunch of kicks. Now,
Hey.
you want to tell me she's gonna kick somebody? And Sailor Moon is powerful, but she's not fast. She's not touching Goku. Like
Basically,
literally, a fight between Sailor Moon and Goku would be about as quick as when Goku beat Chi-Chi in the World Martial Arts Tournament. It was like, oh, all I gotta do is beat you and you'll tell me who you are? Okay. Okay, done.
You know, for the ignorant purposes of my ego, nah. Nah. I can recognize my bias.
Sailor Moon's powers are based around love, and that's the biggest problem. Like, yeah, she's the most powerful person in her universe, but her universe involves her purifying the monster of the week into either back into their original form if they used to be a normal person who was transferred into a monster, or destroyed them completely if they were just a monster from scratch. But either way it goes, all she does is healing. Her powers are about healing, not harming. So if she's in a fight with somebody where she has to actually harm somebody, she's not really capable of doing it. Can she throw some kicks? Yes, but she's not exactly what we would call a fighter. That would be Mars and Jupiter. You know, they would fare better in fights than she would. And as far as her trying to beat somebody by purifying their heart, there's not an evil bone in Goku's body. There's nothing there to purify. Same thing with Luffy.
Now,
And
let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further. Let's say if, right? Let's say if. Let's take it a step further.
You might be
Let's
going
say
where I
if.
was about to go.
I said, let's say if they go Super Saiyan form, right? Because Super Saiyan form is legit, aka anger, because that's quote unquote what that is. And Sailor Moon is about purification and stuff, right? Let's say even that was the case, and she said she puts him back. Goku base form is still superb
I
as
was just
me.
about
Like,
to
yo,
say, if they go
so
Super
it doesn't
Saiyan,
even matter. He
her
don't have to
moon
even to
healing
go
can
fucking
revert him
like
back to base 1 Goku
like
at best.
base, and especially now Goku base and how much he's been training recently over the years, because base is just so goddamn strong, especially after the god absorbed that energy power, because when he uses that, uh everything from legit Kakarot base form and up is damn near different of stronger. So it's like, even if she purifies that, it's nowhere. Goku is still superb far. It's not even a close
And
battle.
that's my point. My point is that she can't beat base Goku.
Like,
He's too
even
fast
that
for
was the
her.
case. Even that was the case.
Her
The
only offensive
base form is
maneuver is her
already damn near OP.
tiara, and her tiara is not strong enough to take out base Goku. She can heal away Super Saiyan, but she doesn't have the fighting capability to do anything with a fighter. Sailor Moon's not beating you, Cosmos.
Nah, she beating me.
Not in a fight.
She whooping me.
That's just because you're standing there and letting her do it.
Yeah, and if you see it, let it happen. Adult. I'm assuming she's an adult. I'm assuming she's an adult. Let me
Yes,
play shots for that.
yes, we're talking about Neo Queen Serenity.
Yeah, if you see her beating me up, I'm right where I want to be. Just let it happen.
Oh God.
We'll say Neo Queen
Capo, you
Serenity, so
okay?
she's
I'm
an
fine.
adult.
I'm fine. I'm right where I want to
I'm
be.
fine. And she fine, ain't she? I like it when she mad. That's it.
You know what? With that, we need to go ahead and get into our final topic of the night, because this is, yeah, I can't follow that. I asked Cosmos if there was anything specifically he wanted to talk about, and he told me he wanted to discuss characters that would make great content creators.
Yes. Yes, there's some characters that I believe will make really great content creators. For a bunch of different reasons. This might sound a little crazy. I think Nami and Robin would be great content creators on
Robin?
social media. Yeah, Nami and Robin from One Piece, I think they would be great content creators. I think Toji from Naruto would be a great content creator in like a mukbang space or something like that. Who else? There's a dude named Ron from Forbidden Deduction, which is a like anime that's like a pseudo spin on like a what's bro name again? Like the James Moriarty Sherlock Holmes universe, where he's like obsessive about solving stuff, and I think him and the detective that he works with could be good co-content creators in like conspiracy space or something like that, or like solving things kind of like the best geo world guesser on YouTube kind of vibe. So like I think there's a bunch of creators a bunch of anime people who would be like anime characters who would be great content creators.
And I guess it would probably depend on what kind of content, like you said, they're creating. Like when you said Robin, that's why I was like Robin, and I want to like to have that more context with, because when it comes to like Straw Hats, I feel like Brooke could have a heck of a music YouTube page, because I've seen people have their piano playing YouTube page where they're literally playing like other themes of other like popular stuff, and I could see Brooke killing it with that on a YouTube page. Usopp would be a whole TikToker, and the stories and things that he's going to be telling, most of them not going to be true, but most of the stuff that he would be putting up his phone and talking, like I could definitely see Usopp as just like this huge TikToker.
It wouldn't be true yet. Eventually it'll come true. Eventually it'll come true. I also think Zoro would be a great I don't know if you ever seen the Diamond Gym on TikTok. It's the world's most dangerous gym. I put it in air quotes, but I shouldn't put it in air quotes. It's definitely the world's most dangerous gym. In New Jersey. I can see him going there and becoming like an influencer there. It's a very crazy gym. Like the workouts that they do are pretty insane, on like par with like some of the things that Zoro would love to do.
Okay, cool. We got the King of New York back. So I'm actually gonna flip that to him. And Jasirii, what anime characters do you think would make a good content creator?
Crazy to sound, Sanji for cooking. He'll be making a bunch of cooking content. You know what I mean? Toto would be talking about. He'll have a podcast talking about women, preferably tall and with big rumps. You feel me? And then usually be right next to him, like agreeing and whatnot. Um, shoot. Not going front.
Would have a whole podcast then.
Gojo would have the women going crazy in the podcast.
I think Gojo would be a model. I don't even think he would be a content creator, to be quite honest.
Like fashion content.
Maybe fashion. Maybe he'll be Cosmos.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Shoot. I'm not going front. Luck from Black Clover would have the crash out content. Talking about fights, and then after that, he would be like, fight me, because he's just gonna end up fighting whoever's on the podcast. Let me see. You know what? You know who would have a dope podcast? Shanks. I could see Shanks being like the. I don't want to say Joe Budden, but he'll be like the older generation talking on some. Yeah, don't do that on my podcast, bro.
All right, well, if Shanks is gonna be there, then he's gonna need Rayleigh sitting there with him, because he would come with the stories.
I got a better one for you. Shanks and Bartholomew put them together in a podcast. You got old generation who loves Luffy versus new generation who glazes Luffy to the bone. It would be insanity.
OD.
And if you've seen one of the recent episodes, you'll understand.
Yeah, sure.
Nephew, who you got?
Oh, okay, I'm stepping away from One Piece because I was thinking about it, bro. There's so many other people I can say.
That word, because we kind of got flowing.
IG number 8, Hoshino, vice captain. That man has a podcast, can literally sit there and have a great conversation with all of the court guards, but coming and having the whole thing. You're gonna have to put him on there. I'm thinking JoJo Bizarre, Poco Loco, the black guy from the Still Beat. If not that, you can go with the JoJo Bizarre, Jocelyn and her crew, the way how they be talking inside of the break experiments. I think that's going to be a great podcast, because not only they talking about the guys they've been dealing with, the jail experience they be having to break on the inside. They give us like a Philadelphia, Philly type of vibe of what's going on in the streets. I'm thinking, when I'm thinking outside of that, I'm seeing, I think Yusuke and Core Bar will have a great conversation having a podcast as well. I'm talking about what's going on in the streets and what's in that type of aspect, especially when it comes to fighting, because that's going to have a great conversation when it comes to that. I think if we're talking about content creative, like, hey, I want to fly out of this building, or hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going My Hero Academia route. I think I forgot what's his name, the Electro guy. He will be a great content creator as well. Him and Mina,
Mineta?
Is like, yeah, the great boy. Them two, put them together, we'll have a great podcast. They'll legit just be talking about like all their celebrity crushes. Not only they talk about the celebrity crushes and stuff like that. They'll make this shit so fucking funny in the aspect, and they could just have like a star guest of like, oh yeah, we're gonna have what's the name coming by on the podcast, or how you doing today? And it was like, yeah, and I feel like that would be so entertaining, seeing them trying to like talk to her and just be like, yeah. So how you feel about that? Yeah, you know, I read all your magazines. You know, you was the number one top. Mm-hmm, yeah, and then Mineta just starts bleeding out of nowhere. They're like, bro, you good? I'm just saying, like, I see why. Like, I feel like I'm thinking like, I'm thinking about like so many different variations of things. And I think one of the greatest, Dr. Stone will make a great content, create a great content creator guy, because he definitely a Bill Nye the Science guy. And you have him going around talking about the science of stuff that's going on. Oh my gosh. We know how people love about science. He's gonna blow that the fuck up.
You watching right now?
Gosh. Say what?
You watching right now?
Yeah, I love Doctor
Okay,
Stone.
so
I fuck with Doctor
him and bro, him and
Stone.
him and son who's older than him, them two
Yeah.
together would go
Yes.
crazy on
Yeah.
like a
Oh my
duo
gosh,
page.
it'd been so beautiful. It would been so beautiful. I'm gonna go video game character route just to make it good. Dante and Virgil will be great content. Dante and Virgil having a great sit down, having to sit there and talk, but like, but I actually won those summons. You actually won those summons? No, I feel like I did. No, wait, what? Like you did? Like no. Like I feel like that would be good. I feel like that would be a great face off. Great face off. You put them in about to have a battle with her because face off is still kind of content creation as well. You put them in a face off table to them just talking about like how much they just go back and forth. Oh my gosh, there's so many limitations, bro. Yo, I could go all day, but let me stop.
Nah, you can definitely go. Okay, see, whenever I think about the content creators, like I said, all the different people that can do things, I just focus more on the TikTokers. So basically, really, any teenager or kid that's in any anime would definitely.
Anya from Spy Kid family would be a great TikToker. She'll be a great,
Anya,
phenomenal. Yes, phenomenal. She was. Oh my God! If Anya was here, like real life, and because we know how crazy it is with she was already had the dance going on that people already use like her face. Do you know how many views and stuff right now? And the cuteness of a child because we know how many. Oh my God! Because we already have a child of TikTok face right now. Just imagine her. Just imagine her. Oh my God, she would take over. She would have took over TikTok. It would have been fair. I would legit been like she would have been top three for fucking sure. If not her, Chopper.
Chopper with a TikTok page.
Bro, you know the glaze is real when it came with Chopper.
He could
Because
dance,
I was
bro.
trying to stay off
Chop,
of One Piece
Dance,
because I
do a
could go off
dance.
One
Chopper
Piece.
do a dance trends.
Oh
Chopper
my
do
gosh,
dance
what?
trend.
Are you kidding me? Stop playing with Chopper. Chopper will be out. Chopper will be out here talking to people about science and stuff. But at the same time, you can act so cute and gullible with them. He'll legit just switch around in 2.5 seconds. Like there is variations of so many people you can use for the TikTok. I'm glad we went the TikTok route because Chopper will be up there too.
Yes, absolutely. So now those are a lot of good choices, and it looks like yeah, I know Jasiri's been kind of in and out with us tonight, but it is okay because I don't know if he's actually can hear us and he's closing himself or what's going on. But that is where I'm going to go ahead and call it. So we have reached the end of our podcast with our brother, Mr. Cosmos. Man, it always has that on. So the last question that we always ask is, "How are you feeling? How you doing?" We got to the end.
Yo, hold on, I was just writing in the chat just now. um, bro, it was great. I enjoyed being on the podcast with y'all. I thank y'all for having me. It was fun talking about fashion, anime, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, recapping all of the things, um, and just spending time with my brothers, bro. It was good. It was good. It was good vibes, and I can't wait to see y'all in at Anime NYC and hopefully have this basketball runs where we can
Yes.
put some things to rest.
Oh no, we got to put that to rest. I'm too many talking. Y'all, too many talking. Go to court, ball play. I'll be the Martian man from fucking Looney Tunes, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing. I'll be the
Oh,
mouse from the announcing board. Ladies and gentlemen, standing in 6'3". Like I will be that person to hype the crowd on. Make sure we get this shit going, boy.
yeah, it's gonna be great. But overall, great experience. Glad to 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. I always love to hear it. So, Cosmos, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Michael Beasley said that we're so fortunate that tomorrow comes to us because if we had to go to tomorrow, then a lot of us wouldn't make it. And what that means is stop taking life for granted because if time was limited and it was running out, you would just let it pass you. Don't let it pass you.
Like he said, from the words of Michael Beasley himself, and I know a lot of people have been seeing a lot of that going around here lately. King of New York, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Um, New video tomorrow. It was great chilling.
He said
He
that,
look he
that's
look he
it.
look like he's in the
New video.
background. He look like son in the background from JJK. Look, they look like twins.
He said you like you. That's crazy. Uh,
Oh man, nephew, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
first off, foremost, for me, I have no quote. He Cosmo with the quote segment, so I ain't got no quote for the night. So you want a quote? Take that quote. All right, let's point that out there. I have nothing. But however, I do want to say, because it's my time, I get time to glaze for my segment because when it comes to my segment, it's about me. So let's talk about me for a second here. Okay, so I definitely want to say thank you for everybody. For still putting a gun to my head about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. I'm definitely seeing the love from my other second page. I definitely put a gun in my head telling me, are we going to get to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5? We will be getting to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Absolutely, trust me. Video about the Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Be honest with you, I ain't touching that till I play with Chapter 5. Y'all bugging. Because I like to play my video games and actually pull out the content and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. Because y'all really want to know how I feel about the Chapter 5 and especially the video still that's currently going viral right now because it's about to touch 300K. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's
Yeah.
go, let's go. That lets you know I haven't even, bro. I was in a hyperbolic time chain for a month, and y'all still showing love to the goddamn video. I don't know what to do no more. Like, I mean, I take it back. I know what to do, but I've been doing other things because you feel me. I'm throwing out a lot of video game skits lately because I forgot how much of a video game expert I am. And we're gonna get another God Slayer meeting. We're gonna get a Sonic the Hedge. We're gonna get a Sonic the Hedgehog skit. We're definitely getting a lot of video games that's definitely been coming out because I've been definitely writing, and we're definitely gonna get that going. Now, my recommendation of the week. Oh my gosh! If we want to talk about a revenge arc, and I know my people definitely love a revenge arc, and it's not even a shonen. It's not even shonen. It's not a shonen anime. I just want to point that out there, and that's how much this anime has stuck to me. Because y'all know when it comes to revenge tours, when it comes to people, we know shonen is one of the top people when it comes to revenge. Okay, but this anime where I'm about to tell y'all, I thought I seen it all when it comes to get your back in blood, but this get back in blood, I'm like, holy shit, back in blood is crazy. And that anime show called, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Kingdom of Ruins. Oh my gosh. If you want to know what that is about, let me just make a brief, because I literally got this in front of my face. Let me tell you a good brief. It is a dark fantasy anime series based on a manga. We already know about Yoru Hashua, following a human boy named Adonis, who seeks revenge on humanity after his witch mentor is executed in a world where science had made magic obsolete. So if you want to see a person get back in blood in a creative way, and I mean he's going after everybody, which humans don't even fucking matter who you are. I promise you, he's just gonna do it just to be a dick. And out of all of the revenge I've seen, he has a validation point to feel however he is. So you want somebody to go around and destroying villages because of a certain person? Please go watch Adonis. And we're not talking about God of War. We're not doing Atreus. We're talking about Adonis, not that Greek mythology. Adonis, okay? Not even Drake's son. Adonis, Magic Ruins. Stand there. All right. Um, what do I usually say before signing out? I don't have a quote, but I would definitely say this. If you are throwing the friend word around too much, I'm gonna need for you to know that person a little bit more before you throw that word out. Because nowadays we throw around this word friend a bit too much. Too much. And I'm gonna need for y'all to know the difference between who you're cool with, who is your friend, and who is your family. And once you understand those three lines of segment, I promise you your life will be better. your life would be better. I promise you. There's nothing more, nothing less. And then you have so much peace. And remember to love yourself, because when you love yourself, nothing else matters in the world but you and how you want to become better in life when it comes to the next stage. And I ain't really have nothing else to say. Am I signing out or are you signing out? Like, what's going on here? What we talking about?
No, we always got to signing out because, but no, that is actually a pretty good quote to have. It's like establish what your friends are, who your acquaintances are, and who your family are. It's like Tiffany Haddish said, have you ever been to my house?
What you
So
mean? What have you done for me lately?
but no, I definitely appreciate everybody for joining in on this week's episode of the Podcast is Real. If you missed this episode of the Podcast is Real, you can rewind it immediately because it is available right now on YouTube for you to watch it anytime that you want. But if you're someone that would rather listen to our podcast when you're out and about, every Monday, the episodes will come up. So this following Monday, this episode of the Podcast is Real will go up on all the other podcast platforms. That is Spotify, that is Apple Podcasts, that is Amazon Music, along with also being here on YouTube. If you want to reach us, you can find us at The Podcast is Real on all social media platforms except that Twitter one because it's too many letters. Don't really use it that much anyway. It's okay. But you can find us at The Podcast is Real everywhere else. If you need to reach out to us, you can either DM us on any of those or you can email at The Podcast is Real if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, anything that you want just to tell us you love us. You can definitely do that. So again, for the fashion god himself, Cosmos, for my nephew, the singing sensation, Soundless Well himself, VoQualz, for the King of New York, my Jamaican brother, Jasirii, I am King Drell. We will see you guys next time. But until then, just remember, Cartoon Network might be dark, but the podcast is real. And Cosmo said, pull up the basketball. We'll see you guys next week. Salute!